it up for you.
Okay.
Mine?
Yeah. I got an extra.
Okay.
You get it? Okay.
Ready, guys?
Okay, let's do it.
Where's the mic? That's all right. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Under the Lights. Here we are broadcasting live from Gary Swallow's Taekwondo Martial Arts building here in Opelousas, Louisiana. It is an absolute pleasure to be back for the regular season. Long time ago, we talked some high school football, getting ready for some state championships in December. Now it is August, the very end of August, and tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, 23 hours away from kickoff for the 2023 season. 295 teams start their quest for the Dome. It should be a special year. We still have a lot of question marks to unfold this upcoming season about how exactly these playoffs will look. Still have to figure that one out. You got 8 champions gearing up to defend their title here in 2023. Will they get back? Will we see new blood? A lot to talk about here in week 1 for myself. Mr. Gary's here, Mr. Holden's here, Mr. Chris is here. This is Under the Lights, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit that share. Let's get the ball rolling. Go ahead at this moment and put in the comments your team this upcoming year. Who you rooting for? Who's your team? Let's hear it in the comment section below while I let these guys introduce themselves and give us a brief statement of high school football is back. We're going to start with Mr. Esprit at the end.
Hey, I'm Chris Esprit, and I'm just ready for some football, guys. We've been prepping all summer. Kids been going to summer workouts, 7-on-7s, jamboree, scrimmages, and it's week 1.
How they said, and we're back.
We're back, man.
Yeah, I'm excited, guys. If you know anything, we've been chomping at the bits. We've been talking about this year for a while, and I'm just so excited to get our football back. Basically get our fix of high school football. Nothing like it. Can't wait till tomorrow night with Jordy and Friday. I'm just so excited.
Holden?
I'm tired of talking, man. I'm ready to go.
I knew that. Short and sweet.
Ladies and gentlemen, if this is your first time to the platform, welcome from myself, Jordan Taylor, and the rest of the panel. A few guys missing. You'll see different people here each and every week. Shout out to my wife at home with my baby boy. Always love you so much. I want to go ahead and say, if you're brand new here, this is how things work. We're here to talk a little football. We're going to pick some matchups from around the area. And then we're going to talk about some matchups around the state that are the big blockbuster matchups. We're going to also pick those matchups. But we're not here to say we hate your school or pick against your school and we're going against some type of deal. We just see who we think is going to win that week, where our gut is talking about, if that makes sense.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, no hard feelings. So we have to pick somebody. You know, it is what it is. There's no malice on trying to pick on somebody's team. So don't take it that way, guys. This is just fun loving high school football picks.
Absolutely.
Right.
And our opinions.
Yes,
Yeah,
and our
our
opinions,
opinions.
and we all have one, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Also want to say beware of all the spams that pop up week in and week out. We share a lot of stuff every single day on our platform from people around the state trying to show what's going on. We share stuff and the spams pop up in the comments. We do a live stream on a Thursday or Friday night or even tonight. Those spams will pop up. Please do not click on them. They're not from us. We are if we say we're going somewhere, we're going to be there. If we post that we're going to stream a game, that's the game we're going to. Don't pop up on anything else. Please beware of the spams. They're after your money and they're trying to hack
Happy
you.
page.
Yeah, hack your
Yes.
page. You got to be careful with all that.
Absolutely.
These days, terrible.
Schedule for the rest of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, from now until December, you will see myself and the rest of the panel and whoever shows up. But Wednesday nights, from 8:30 until however long this baby lasts, we try to keep it low. I mean, sometimes it's 3 hours, sometimes it's an hour and a half, sometimes we might get out of here in 30 minutes. It all depends on these guys here talking, because I don't talk that much, right?
Well, we know football.
Wait a minute. How do you say that? Wait a minute. We got to refresh that because he talks more than anybody else.
Absolutely. So every Wednesday night, if you're interested in what we do and just enjoy some high school football talk, join us right here. We're live on Facebook. We talk football. We pick games. It's a good old time. Next week, we will bring headlines into the show, so very excited about that. It's going to be a great year, and we want to thank all of our fans and everyone that supported us these last 5 years. Thank you for being on board, and thank you for always having Under the Lights come into your living room each and every week.
Most definitely.
Have any headlines?
Just something small this week. T Cotton Bowl update. 6 p.m. kickoff now. So if you're going to the T Cotton Bowl this week, expect major guidelines that are into place. That will be a 6 p.m. kickoff now. Members of the spirit groups aren't even allowed to attend, so that's a sad thing. Those seniors and those kids can't attend their first game, so just keep that in mind. So just that's the biggest one that I saw this week. I mean, you got the Battle of the Holy Crosses this week. I mean, Holy Cross out of San Antonio's coming down to New Orleans and play Holy Cross. So that's an Anchor Bowl type of matchup. So that's exciting here in the area. You got rivalries all over the state. So next week we will have big time headlines all across the state of Louisiana. You know I'm going to be after them. Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, the rest of the week, this is Wednesday night. Thursday night, we will be live in Bunkie, Louisiana. It will be the Battle of Catholic Appointee, the Hornets against Bunkie right there. Home opener, 7 p.m. Week 1. I can't wait to get down to Bunkie for the very first time to cover a game. I've never covered this team in person. Never had them on the platform. I'm very excited to get Bunkie on Thursday Night Football.
That's going to be a good game.
Catholic Appointee, I've streamed them every year, so I'm all too familiar with both teams.
Bunkie is the Panthers, right?
Bunkie Panthers. Yeah, I think so.
Sir. And then Friday night, Mr. Gary Swallow, Mr. Chris Holden will be right there at Red Devil Stadium. It will be Livonia Wildcats coming into town to take on the Pillsbury Red Devils. You can catch all the action on Under the Lights platform. We'll give you all 4 quarters. So
that's going to be a special night.
It's going to be a special night. We wanted to be there in honor of Coach Duke, in honor of Mr. Charles Daniels. 2 great guys won't be walking the sidelines this year. So we wanted to be there and give our love that night.
That's right.
So,
most definitely.
and then Friday night recap, ladies and gentlemen, you stay up late with us every single time. And we can't wait to see you in the chat Friday night, giving our reactions, giving our love to teams across the state, talking scores, talking headlines, giving the wows.
Yes, most definitely. We're going to have some wows going on.
Y'all know, with my work schedule now, last year I wasn't able to make one single nightcap. Now this year, I'll be able to make every other nightcap. So like this Friday, I'll finally be able to make one.
Absolutely, my friend. It should be
That's
a lot
awesome.
of fun. I recommend everyone to at least check out one recap show because it's a hell of a time.
Oh,
can
and
hear
it's
Gary.
a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. But man, sometimes whenever you have upsets and whenever you have wild games and everything like that, it just makes it so much fun, so much exciting. And once again, we're just excited about high school football. These young men are working hard. They deserve the recognition that they get.
I can hear Gary now. Such and such beat them. Really?
Yeah, buddy.
Wow.
Wow. And it's going to happen.
Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to follow Under Lights on social media, you can do that as soon as you click off of the stream tonight. We're on Facebook on Under Lights. Just type it in. Go hit the like button. Go hit the follow button,
Right.
and you can catch everything we stream this season. If you're around the barbecue pit on a Thursday night and your team doesn't play till a Friday, look us up.
Yeah.
We're going to be somewhere in the state of Louisiana.
Most definitely. We got
Friday night, if you played on that Thursday and you're just looking for a good ball game to watch, check out Under the Lights. We're going to bring you great action. We need to get you guys an Oakdale helmet, and it is exactly right there.
We got one.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am.
And also share. Share.
Yes, yes.
Like and share.
Absolutely. On Instagram, a lot of high school athletes are on Instagram. So they are big time. I did this stadium tour, and they have taken off with this on Instagram. So I've gained a lot of followers on Instagram through high school football wise. You can catch us Under the Lights 4. Type that in. Go give us a follow. And then Twitter is huge on Twitter. UTL Sports 4. Type that in. Give us a follow, and we'll go from there. But that's
Do we have rain?
no, not yet.
No.
But I do have rain scheduled on the season this year. I get to cover them in the game, so I'm
Right,
excited
so
about
yeah.
that.
Might be able to get a helmet.
Is that the first time watching them?
First time watching them.
Yeah.
Trying to watch it on my TV, but it won't show horizontal. It will show vertical and sideways. I don't know why. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about our sponsors for this upcoming 2023 season. Gary, it's not too late to get on board. We'll take them tonight. I'll take them all the way up till 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Tried to get a Vermilion Catholic helmet last year. We kind of ran into some roadblocks, so looking forward to eventually getting them on here.
Well, we're trying to get as many helmets. I'm working hard on the Acadiana area helmets. We've got a couple more.
You can fit
We
about
actually got
6
two.
more.
We got two of them up here. We got room for. I'm trying to get it. So my challenge is to all of the Lafayette area schools. We need a helmet. It doesn't have to be a brand new one. It could be outdated one, just as long as it has the decals like what we got. And I'm gonna tell you right now, we will talk about your teams more than what we do. I know I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but we've been trying to get some certain helmets for a while. I said, don't. After next week, you're going under the bus because I'm gonna name you.
Lake Arthur, we had to reschedule the stadium tour. Coach has a helmet ready for us when we go over there for the interviews, so we will have them very soon. Sponsors I want to get to real quick before I have a special moment here. Thank you so much. Year 2, Crawfish House back on board. They're our gold sponsor. You saw us last week live from their restaurant.
Great food.
Yes, sir. DeVille's Racing Stables. Brand new sponsor to the platform this year, right there. They have a lot going on with Mr. Carl DeVille, Mr. Kyle DeVille, the rest of the family at Evangeline Downs. They run horses, so they're on board this year. They want to bring the light to horse racing in the state of Louisiana and elsewhere, and they thought the perfect platform was us, so thank you so much there.
Thank you, Carl. Appreciate you so much. But let me tell you something. Carl and his family, they train horses well.
Grab me up.
They're very,
Play the
very, very
game
good. So,
out of that.
like I said, if you like horse racing, go check them out. Whenever you see them running, you might want to place a $2 bet on a few bets on because they're very good at what they do.
Next sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Whip down in Crawley, Louisiana. Whip's Prints. Go get your merchandise. Go get your high school football stuff. Go get your t-shirts, your hats, everything possible. But go get it from Whip's Prints in Crawley. They do tremendous work there. Also, Player of the Game sponsor this year, back-to-back years. Not sure if you can see that, but thank you, Mr. Whip. Another season on board.
Great.
Player of the Game sponsor.
Keeps getting better and better. We have,
somebody's
last year's
getting this tomorrow night. Somebody's getting this Friday, and we got 23 games scheduled this year. So I got 23 plaques to give this year. So
That's awesome.
Thank you, Mr. Whip.
Yeah.
Crawfish House also doing coupons this year. If you get Player of the Game, we're gonna hand you a coupon, and you got your meal paid by the Crawfish House. You hand that coupon, and you get whatever you want on the menu.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
good.
The food over there is excellent, guys. Well worth it. I mean, no matter who it is, player of the game, whether you're from here or not, it's well worth the trip to Opelousas to go to the Crawfish House. Get you
Whatever I eat that they gave gave me on what was it, Thursday? We did ours. That was good. I don't know what it was. It was like a little burrito, but it was
Man,
it was
At the
good.
crawfish house, a burrito.
No, it wasn't a burrito, but it was like
Yeah,
I forgot what
it
it's
was
called.
on French bread type.
Yeah,
But
a
I'm
po'
gonna tell you,
bar.
man.
it wasn't no po' bar. It wasn't.
It was. We went out there, and their menu is so diverse. I mean, you have, if you're a steak eater, they have steaks. If you're a seafood eater, they have that. They have crawfish. They have. So you have everything you need
Hey
over
man,
there.
not a bad time to win a play of the game plaque to put on your wall and know, hey, I can go to crawfish house and get me a free meal.
That's right.
Hey, mama, pull up over here.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Like I said, bring your family, bring everybody involved, but you got a free meal to the Crawfish House, and I want to thank everybody over there. I mean, we couldn't ask for better. Thank you, and you know, Jordan, I'm gonna tell you, we got to announce this. It wasn't our idea. We didn't ask. They offered and said, we want to do this.
Yes.
So, thank you so much. We appreciate everything you
I
do.
talked to him last night, and something that may happen in the near future, in the bar area, they have 2 TVs set up. It might be putting a third, and every Friday night, they're going to announce it on their social media. Maybe, it could happen, that come watch the Friday night game of the week here in our establishment. We'll have Under the Lights on this TV.
That's a
If
possibility.
that happens,
we can
that's
do
cool.
that, guys.
Maybe, we'll see.
It's a possibility.
I talked to him last night. We'll see if it happens. Okay.
That'd be cool.
Pizza Shack is also a sponsor this year. Everybody in Opelousas and surrounding areas knows about Pizza Shack. Great business.
Best
great
pizza
beer.
in town.
Great
Yes.
beer.
Great beer in town.
Great pizza. Go to the Pizza Shack. Mama's Fried Chicken. We
Right.
all know that.
The everything pizza. I love it.
Yes.
Zydeco Spice, the all-women's football team here in Louisiana.
Ben.
Dr.
Dr.
Ben.
Ben.
They are a sponsor this year for Under the Lights. They want to get the word out. Women in the state of Louisiana, come play professional women's tackle football and for the Zydeco Spice. So it's a great opportunity. We average thousands of viewers every week, and those ladies that don't know about the Zydeco Spice will now.
Oh, most definitely. We've watched these women. They've been consistently, playing for championships and everything. They got a good tradition. Hey, check them out. And if you're interested in, getting a part of that, hey, women's football is on the rise.
Yeah, I had 2 classmates that played for when they first started. And
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Bird's Eye Insurance with Mr. Alex Fontenot. You saw him last week. All summed up, accounting and tax services is a brand new sponsor for the team this year. Some family of mine wanted to get on board this year. So when it's tax season comes around, I'm going to point you in the right direction for
Right,
sure.
most definitely.
How about Traditions Health and Hospice Care with Miss Kelly Mr. Guitros? She wanted to get on board this year. She says she loves what we do. She just wants to get the word out and just wanted to support us. So thank you so much,
Kelly,
Miss Kelly.
appreciate y'all so much.
It's a
Thank
tough
y'all.
business to get into.
It
and
is.
What she does week in and week out is tremendous.
When you dealing with that type of, we talked about that earlier, that type of feel, it's so hard to me, but it's so rewarding that you help someone at that stage of their life. And
Right.
all we can say is thank you for your support for us, and keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, indeed. Johnny Torres and Sons Construction in the Poincapé area is on board this year. They build houses almost weekly. I mean, they come up and build homes for families out there. So they wanted to get on board this year. So thank you so much. The family played at Livonia. They live in that Poincapé area. So whenever we do some Livonia games, they're very excited to hear their company broadcast.
We got
Right here.
one, first one of the year.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, first Friday.
Neil's Electric, shout out to my father-in-law. We're going to put his logo every week on our platforms. So I wanted to give that recognition this year. He's in the St. Landry Parish area and surrounding areas. I think he travels pretty far if he's able.
You need electrical work, Neil's the man.
Crate Master Promotions, my mother-in-law right here in Opelousas,
Right down the street.
Louisiana, on what's the street called?
On
Cresswell
Cresswell Lane.
Cresswell Lane. Hooked us up with these brand new shirts. So thank you to Miss Shirley
Right on the side
for
of
helping us
Subway.
out this year. And also Kings on board this year. They're gonna let us do our recap show from their establishment, and we're gonna get to eat.
Yeah.
So thank you to Kings this year for getting on board also.
We'll have, they're gonna help us out with their sponsoring, different, appetizers and food for us to show off their, new owners. And I wanna tell you, I love it. I've been eating there pretty regular since, they've reopened again, and I can only say that the food's good.
Yes. At this time, I want to thank a certain amount of schools here with us today. We're going to start on the table. Catholic Appointed, Bunkie, Livonia, Port Barry. Chris, if you can get up and we can point this way. We got Bo Shan in the house. We got Opelousas High in the house. We got Northwest Raiders in the house. We got another Port Barry helmet in the house. Westminster in the house. Sacred Heart Trojans. Leesville Wampus Cats. Centerville Bulldogs.
Como.
That's Como. Lafayette Christian Academy. Karen Crow.
I'm too short.
St. Paul's.
Yeah.
Red River. Baker. Logansport. Where we at, Chris?
Let's go to the bottom.
Right here. This is going to be Pine Prairie. Opelousas Catholic. Iowa. DeQuincy. Manning. Sam Houston. Westlake.
Got them at the top.
That's Barb at the top.
Okay.
Iota. Oak Grove. Oberlin. North Central. Avoyelles. Westminster of Lafayette. Vinton.
Washington Mary.
Washington Marion. LaGrange. Central Private. Sulphur.
Forgot that middle one up top.
Oh, which one?
The
LaGrange?
purple. That's a brown. Okay.
Yes. Oakdale. Birchman's Academy.
First year of 11-man football.
Marksville High School. Maryville. Over here by Holden, that's Kinder. New Iberia Senior High. Abbeville. Let's finish this out. Kaplan. Church Point. Brobridge. Basile. St. Ed's. Rose Pine. Lake Charles College Prep. St. Louis. Hamilton Christian. Bolton. Pickering. And I got a few more helmets to pick up this week.
Where's Opelousas?
Right there.
Okay, I didn't see it.
Yeah, we
So
got-
thank you so much for believing in the platform.
Yeah.
Letting us show your
Do we have
kids.
ERAF?
Nope.
No,
Don't
no
have
ERAF.
Letting us show your kids week in and week out. It's about exposure. It's about building relationships with these fan bases and these coaches. And we can't thank everyone enough that's given us the opportunity to represent them week in and week out. And we can't wait to get a few more on board that we're going to pick up when we finish this stadium tour out. Stadium tour remaining dates. We had to reschedule. We have Westgate to make up. We got Southwest Louisiana, which is an 8-man to make up. We got Lafayette Renaissance to make up. We got Rose Pine. We got Lake Arthur to make up. Crawley to make up. Am I missing anybody?
Didn't know.
No,
Y'all don't have
that
a
was
list
that
on
was
it.
delayed. We couldn't do.
So 3 of those 6 guaranteed us helmets.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Welsh?
No, I don't have a Welsh helmet.
Berkman's what?
First,
first year?
First year, 11 man.
First year of 11-man
Almost
football.
like this
That-
year.
We gonna play JV.
Yes.
Yeah. Let me tell you something a little bit about Birchman. This is tradition. They've won 5 in a row 8-man football state championships.
Had to miss
And
last
they had
year.
to miss last year, and then they coming up to 11-man football. So the foundation of being good is there, but now you're going from 8-man to 11-man. Different animal, but they have tradition and they have the ability to do it. I met with the
Westminster's-
coaches; they good.
Westminster's entering year 2 of their JV plans. Lafayette Renaissance are varsity eligible now, correct, Chris?
No, they just they.
Because I think they got to play Peabody.
I want to say that
I know J.S. Clark is brand new, so they got to go two
this is
years
their
up.
second year
Yeah.
though.
Okay.
Lafayette Reynolds, this
I'm at the
second
talk to Coleman about Peabody.
Yeah.
So all that, we want to say thank you for believing in us. Correct. All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I would like to say to every coach that is watching today, every player that is watching right now, Chris, you're a coach. Gary, you train with kids every day.
Yeah, most definitely.
It wasn't the ideal type of day.
No.
It
Tough day.
was a tough week, a tough day.
Week, right.
I'm a coach. I coached baseball the last 3 years. I coached football in my earlier years. I mean, I'm not old or anything, but I.
You trying to say?
Yeah.
He's trying to say I'm old,
Yeah.
man. That's what it is. See all the gray hair and no hair on top of that. I understand.
Correct. Just got back from the funeral home, Gary Swallow, Mr. Chris, Mr. Holden.
Yeah.
It was a very tough day. I coached baseball at Port Barry the last 3 years, and we lost a young man this week. So what I want to say to the coaches and to your guys right here, hug those kids. Tell them you love them every day. Every time you see them, because you never know what can happen. I mean, a blink of an eye, it can happen. I just want to say to coaches out there, make sure you hug them every day. Make sure you tell them you love them every day.
Yeah, Jordy. I mean, this happened, and you told me, and the first thing I said, no, man, that can't, no. Like you say, I mean, I've had people that have gone through my program that went through that I actually lost too, and you know what, it's hard, and especially whenever it's somebody that I went to school with. It's his family, it's his son that passed away, and you know what, all I can say is that, you know, my heart goes out to him, and I'm going to see him in the morning because I'm going to go tomorrow morning. Was going to try to go today, but just couldn't get out there. But I want you to know that my thoughts and prayers are with you and with everybody involved in this family and the Port Barry, the Red Devil family. I mean,
We're hurting.
we're hurting big time because I was told by friends that they said all the kids are just walking around in a funk at the school right now. They're just so in shock because of what happened. And I was talking to one of my students earlier from Opelousas Catholic, you know, one of our rivals, and they said the same thing because a lot of those guys were friends, or those people over there were friends with them. And, you know, they're just walking, they're all in shock too. So it's hitting everybody.
So that's what the message was about
Yeah.
today. You're a coach. You're a teacher. I'm a coach. Just anytime you see and around your kids, just make sure you let them know.
Right.
Yeah, gotta say it.
Especially when it hits close to home.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get going any further, if you have any questions for the group, leave them in the chat. Call lines will be open at the end of the show. Y'all have anything else to say before we get moving?
Let's pick some ball games, man.
Yeah, man.
Ready to pick some games, Holden?
Yeah, he been ready.
Oh yeah, you've been chomping.
He over there Googling stats from last year. So
I mean, that's all we can pretty much go on.
Yeah.
Unless you watch these teams playing the jamborees and the scrimmages, it's just hearsay, she say. I mean, we go off of some scores. We didn't actually see these teams play in person, or we didn't actually get out and watch them train this summer is what I should get at.
Right.
We can go off records during the season.
Right.
We can go off by injuries during the season, but right now, it's pretty much we're going into this blindfolded.
even with the rankings that the preseason rankings that came out, that's from last year.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, so a lot of those teams lost a lot of seniors. A lot of those teams were a lot of returning starters. You know, so
Right.
you know, we can just go based off of that. You know, and I also see that they put everybody together. I guess after this ruling,
They don't know what the ruling's going to be right now.
right? That's what I'm saying. So now they have to put everybody together.
Right.
So it's like how the old days.
Yeah.
No split, no select, no non-select. So everybody's gonna be together. But you know,
But that's going.
we won't know anything till probably week 9.
Yeah. It's going to be crazy. All year we're going to be waiting on their ruling to see what the playoffs is going to look like.
Right.
So we just got to do what we got to do.
Right. Even how the rankings
Right.
were last year. You had some teams that were top side of 3A
Correct.
ranked in 4A.
Right.
some teams that are top side of 4A ranked in 5A.
Right.
So now you dibble and dabbling with all that stuff, you know. So we have to wait on that ruling.
Yeah. And you know, the thing about it is that no matter what we say right now, until that ruling comes out, we're not going to know anything. We're not going to, towards the end of the year, we're not going to have any idea who's going to be playing what brackets they're going to be in, how to, they can come back and say, okay, well, we're going to leave it the way it was last year, or that we're going to go back to the.
We're just going to have 5 state champions.
Yeah, or whatever.
You know?
I don't know.
So there's a lot of coaches, and
Yeah.
because all the coaches are going to do is just, hey, we're going to keep coaching. We're going to keep playing. We're going to keep winning ball games, doing what we got to do, because it's like you're going there blindfolded. You don't know what's going on.
Right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've been waiting for it. It is time, week 1. High school football game picks from around the area, around the state of Louisiana. We got 48 games on the list here today, so stick with us. We'll see if your favorite made the list this week. If they didn't, I promise you, before the season's over,
They'll be there.
They will.
They'll be. Most definitely.
All right, Holden, you ready?
Yep.
You're out the shot.
Oh my God.
He's leaning.
Ladies and gentlemen, we start off with Thursday night football. If you would like to join the crew here, leave who you think is going to win in the chat below. We love to see who you think and see if you go against the panel or if you're going to follow along the panel. We'll try to keep up with the records throughout the season, see where we stand at the end of the year. Like I said, this is a 15-week deal. We can't wait to bring you every single week. And we start off with week 1, Thursday night football. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thursday night football, we start off with the game that Under the Lights is covering this week. It is Catholic of Pointe-Coupee. It is Bunkie. I'm going to call the game. I'm going to stream the game by myself, so I have no say-so in this game. I cannot pick the game. I'm neutral in this one. I'm going to go there, and I'm going to call it down the middle both ways. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
These 3 guys will pick the game, and we will start off. Catholic of Pointe-Coupee, brand new head football coach, hits the road with their spread offense. Some bad news this week as they're facing a little adversity in the locker room with injury bug. Bunkie, red hot football team, just dominated that jamboree this past weekend. You heard a lot about the off-season prep coming into this year. They look like they're the real deal, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I think that this team could be a sleeping giant in the near future. But Catholic of Pointe-Coupee, we know how physical they are. We know the brand of football they play. I'm excited for the matchup. I can't wait to get on down there, eat some food at the Grove, and it's going to be a good old time. Thank you so much to Coach Jimmy for having me streaming my first ever game at Bunkie High School. But I'm going to turn it over to these guys and let them make this pick. Starting with Mr. Chris.
You said Bunkie is gonna, be better. In order for them to get over that hill, they gotta be Catholic Pointe-Coupee. So if they do that, they're gonna turn a lot of heads. But I'm picking Catholic Pointe-Coupee.
You like Catholic? Okay. Mr. Gary.
I've always had some, I guess you'd say I've always liked Bunkie. I've always done, from in the back. But like Chris said, until you beat them, you got to do it. So I'm going to go with Catholic. Catholic of
With the
Pointe-Coupee.
backup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if they don't, even if they don't beat them, they play them good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with Catholic of Pointe-Coupee.
Holden.
Doing my research,
Uh-oh, here we go.
I like Bunkie, man.
Like Bunkie?
Yep.
Okay. So it's a good way to start this one.
Right. Good split. Or not really split.
We got some matchups here this evening, ladies and gentlemen.
that's where you lose at Holden.
North Central versus Maryville right here behind us. North Central, brand new head football coach over there. They had a great season last year. 3 wins is huge after what has transpired the last few years. That program looked like it was on a high with head football coach that now at Catholic of Pointe-Coupee. So I'm not sure what to think. You watched these guys play last week at the Jamboree, so you got a familiarity with that one.
Yeah.
But Maryville at home, could that be the difference? Is this North Central team ready to build off of what they did last year?
They beat Maryville last year.
Correct.
They-
I think they lost this one close, and then they got that first win a couple weeks
Weeks
in.
later, yeah.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
I watched them play last week.
Okay.
They competed. But I'm gonna go with North Central,
You
man.
like North Central?
I'm gonna go with North
Okay.
Central.
Mr. Gary.
Man, I think I'm gonna go with Maryville. I
Okay.
think Maryville's gonna be a little bit too much. But you know, like I said,
Last year it was a close game.
last year it was
Yeah.
a close game, but new head coach, new people, new system. I don't know what they're gonna run, but yeah, I think Maryville's gonna just be a little bit too much. They have their stability a little bit more.
Holden?
Yeah, I went with Maryville. I just got to see what happens, you know, how they are with the new coach and everything.
Yeah.
So,
It's early in the year. A lot of questions will be answered this week.
Right.
So
most definitely.
I'm gonna go with Maryville. They're facing a lot of adversity right now
Mhm.
with
Then
everything that's going
Fires
on.
and stuff.
You think they're gonna have a chip on their shoulder Friday night to bring the community back together?
Right.
So I like
Right.
Maryville in this one.
I don't know if
Right.
y'all seen this, but Pitkin, Louisiana, just got a fire.
Picking.
Yep.
Yeah. Man, they've been popping up all over. I mean, it's
You know why?
unbelievable. Yeah, cigarettes thrown out there. Yeah, that's terrible. Y'all they just got to be more responsible and careful, guys.
North Central don't let me down.
Chris, did you watch Westminster at the Jamboree Thursday night?
Yes, I did.
Okay, let's talk about this next matchup, Thursday night football. The Crusaders, brand new head football coach over there at Westminster. They're going to hit the road. They're going to go take on Generette. Generette got the kid that's committed to Tulane over there. I don't know what else they have in his surrounding. Are they around one guy, or is it a good team this year? We're going to find out after week one. But Generette, they look like they have a little something special this year. Would you agree?
Yeah.
They won 6 games last year.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. Westminster, they this depth.
Yeah.
Depth is
It was a close game against Westminster last
Yeah.
year.
But the depth for Westminster this year is
So the numbers.
yeah.
The numbers, yeah.
Yeah, so but they compete. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
Right.
They compete. But I'm gonna go with Generette on this one. And I have family members that plays for Westminster, and the mom and she's in the comments and she gonna give it to me.
I love what Patrick just said in the comments. Generette brought back a ton of starters and beat Lowerville this past week in the Jamboree.
Right.
Could that be the kicker?
To me, that's going to be the ace. I think Generette bringing back a bunch of starters, bringing back some familiarity, and you have Westminster with a totally new coach, probably new system, everything like. So I got to give the edge to Generette, man. I really got to give it to him. But I think it's going to be competitive.
Oh yeah,
I think it will be competitive.
The last few times they played, they've
Yeah.
been competitive.
Very competitive.
Holden?
But I think-
Yeah, I picked Generate also. Just
I'm gonna agree with the panel here. It's gonna be across the board. Don't be surprised if Westminster can go on the road with their playmakers and pull something off.
Oh.
But Generette at home, I think edges out a win here.
Right. I won't be surprised if Westminster comes out on top. I will be happy for them because they're going to be stepping off on, going on the right foot forward.
Yes.
But I think Generette's just going to be a little bit too strong, a little
I
stout.
agree. Next matchup, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Quincy at Westlake. Westlake, right there. That's another matchup right here on our big board, we call it. The Quincy, I hear good things, I hear bad things. Westlake, I hear a lot of good things.
Right.
Who wins this football game?
Westlake.
Westlake. I'm sorry. That's the only way I can say it. Sorry, Jake, but
Westlake in that
Westlake.
in that tough district.
yeah,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, Westlake, yeah.
And I think they came out second in the district last year. I think
So.
St. Louis won it.
It was Iowa.
Iowa won it.
Yeah. Holden,
I went with the Quincy.
you like the Quincy, Holden?
I mean, I don't go by
I mean,
off,
brand new head football coach over there also.
I don't go by off of jamborees or nothing, but I mean, they did beat Rose Pine, and I mean,
Jake picked Westlake just now.
he did.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going with the Quincy, baby.
I'm gonna roll with Westlake. I think this is a really talented Westlake football team
Right.
coming into this year. They could make a lot of noise going into district play. We know that district's loaded, but I look forward to see what they do in the non-district slate.
Right. Enoch.
Franklin, Brobridge. This is a matchup here that has everybody talking about in the local area here, in the Acadian area, and to that area down there by Franklin.
Right.
It's a big time matchup, and it's going to be a big time football game Thursday night. Brobridge coming off the quarterfinal run last year, a fired up coaching staff. I talked to the players in the off season. They want the dome, Chris. That's what the message was in the locker room. They wasn't satisfied with last year's run. This is what I was told. So they got a chip on their shoulder. That's what I'm getting at. Franklin, talent. Boy, they got some talent over there at Franklin. They got some speed. They got some athleticism. And it's going to be a heck of a matchup for Thursday night. I wouldn't want to be calling this game because it's going to be a fast one.
It's
Back and forth.
It will. It's going to be a good one. Bro Bridge, they had a good seeding in the playoffs,
Right.
and they did what they were supposed to do.
Right.
They come in where you wouldn't think a team
Right.
would come and make some upsets, but
Right.
when you have that kind of team as a 24, 26, wherever they was,
Yeah, they was-
that's a scary team to play.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah, and then I think they came out second in the district last year to us.
Um,
Second or third? I think Cecilia came out second.
Yes, third.
Yeah, but they look good. They bring back a lot of players. So
Quarterback's back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Tough game against Franklin last year.
I'm
too.
going with Franklin.
You like Franklin? I mean,
Franklin didn't lose much.
Franklin is that team. If it stayed in what Division 4 with the playoffs were last year,
Mhm.
that could be a team that could sneak
Yeah.
their way to the dome. But if it goes back to the way it was, I don't know how this is going to work out. But
Yeah, well,
Mr. Gary,
man, this is a toss-up for me. I'm like throwing up a coin, but I think, like Chris, I think Franklin's got the edge because of returning people and everything like that. But I mean,
It's gonna be a good one.
it's going to be a good ball game. I think it's going to be. I think whoever has the ball last is going to probably.
I mean, you got
Whoever
some-
scores last is going to probably win.
if you look at this, and I didn't give you the rest of the games on Thursday night, you would think this is probably a game of the night in the state of Louisiana for Thursday.
Pretty much, yeah.
But then I got some heavy
Yeah.
fighters,
Yeah,
heavyweights
yeah,
at the end of this Thursday night slate. So
Even the
it's
next
some
one.
good football. Holden,
Man, I think whoever was the home team, I'd be picking. But I think I'm gonna roll with Franklin. I talked to my buddy who graduated from there. I think
they're excited over there.
talented.
Yeah, really
They got a talented quarterback.
Yeah.
So I'm rolling with
And they got a
Franklin.
lot of kids that was in the Baldwin area, West St. Mary area, went to Franklin. So.
Yeah. One of those games that could come down to who has the ball last. I'm gonna stick with the home team here. Brobridge sneaks by in a week one. It could be one of those games we're talking about at the end of the year that could come up with PowerPoints wise.
You're right, and you
For
know
both
what?
teams, for both programs.
That's not a bad pick. Neither one of these teams are a bad
I
pick.
think it'll be high scoring.
Yeah.
Next matchup is ERAF versus Loreville. Loreville coming off a shocking loss last week in the Jamboree.
Right.
ERAF coming off of a very impressive win over Eunice last week. The quarterback's the real deal.
Right.
The guy can play football, and he's underrated in the state of Louisiana as quarterbacks. And this ERAF team is starting to catch me by storm here early in the year.
Who did Loreville lose to?
They lost to,
Holden told me earlier.
who was it, DeQuincy?
No.
No, it
No.
was Generette.
Mm.
Yes. I like ERAF here with the talent that they have. The receiver is really good. The quarterback's really good. I mean, if they have to outscore people this year, so be it. You might see 40, 50 points scored and giving up 34. So,
Right.
I mean, it could be that type of team. I'll have to see after week one what the defense looks like, but I like this offense.
I'm gonna go with Loreville. I know it's like you say, some of these picks you can't go wrong with either one of them.
Right.
All right.
But I'm gonna go with Loreville because it's at home.
I normally would pick Laurel, but I'm like Jordy. I think ERAF's got some good talent coming back and everything like that. So I think Erad's gonna have a better opportunity. So I'm gonna go with Erad. But like you said, whoever has the ball last is gonna be one of those
And
games.
Chris, this is the team most sports writers are given the best opportunity to give St. Martinville a run for the title this year. For district.
Erad.
Erad,
That's the team that they put the best chance. So what do they have that we don't know?
We gonna find
We'll
out.
find out. Holden?
I said I had them circled before you said all this because I heard the same thing Thursday when we were talking about Erath. So I think they're the real deal this year. They won 8 games last year, so you could see double-digit wins this year.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, state runner-up versus state runner-up. Two teams that want to start the season off the right way and march their way back to the Dome this year. Homer versus Union Parish. This was a 4-point win for that talented Union Parish team last year. Trey Holly is gone.
Right.
Who's the next guy to step up for this team? Who's going to be that playmaker that they relied on week in and week out? It's a loaded team every year over there at Union Parish. You know they like to play smash mouth football. Homer has been on the rise these last few years. They have been in the conversation year in and year out. So Homer, Union Parish, can Homer get the best of Union Parish this year knowing that Holly's out the door?
I think Union gonna get it. I saw they run they back up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trey.
He was
He
pretty-
rushed over
he-
1,000.
He was pretty
So
good too. Yeah.
So we have
I'm not gonna say he's Trey Holly,
but we got another one that can go.
yeah,
Yeah.
He can go, and they gonna stick to the script.
Right.
They gonna pound it. And they gonna play tough, hard nosed defense. Homer lost a lot on off defense from what I heard.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. I heard that too.
but they playing in Farmerville, so
Not the easiest places to play.
no, especially if they wet the field.
Yeah, you're right. Ooh. Oh, shh. Don't say that. I agree, man.
I didn't hear nothing.
I ain't heard nothing, man.
Shout out to my boy up there at
yeah.
Union Parish.
Coach Spat.
Yeah. I think Union is going to be just Homer. I heard lost a lot, a bunch on defense, but so I'm gonna just like you said that little guy that backed up Trey. He's going to be a real deal.
And
So
it's always the trenches that
Right.
that surprise me
Control it.
year in and year out of how big they are up front.
Mm-hmm.
So Gary, you like Union Parish?
I'm on with Union Parish.
I like
yes.
Union Parish at home myself.
You know who Homer lost? That big stud. He was their
Yeah.
defensive lineman.
Right. Yeah, he lost. Yeah. That's
but,
what I'm saying. They lost it. Also.
No, I like Union Parish at home.
Jake brings up a good point. Numbers will wear down Homer.
Yeah, that's a good point, Jake. That's true.
I tell you who will not be wore down in this next game because both of these teams got some guys that can go.
You're right.
And if I'm not mistaken, they have an offense and a defense on both sides.
Most definitely.
Ladies and gentlemen, Madison Prep with their high-powered offense going to take on the state runner-ups from a year ago and Brother Martin. I heard Brother Martin lost the house.
Yeah.
I don't know how to take this football game knowing that we don't know much about both teams, but Madison Prep was supposed to be young last year, correct?
Right,
So
yes.
now they're coming into this year, a
More
full year
experience,
under
yeah.
their belt, more experience. This could be a upset alert waiting to happen. This little Madison Prep football team go knock off a big 5A program. Could it happen?
I'm gonna play eeny, meeny, miny, mo with this one.
Yeah.
I like Madison Prep.
You like Madison on the road?
I like them on the road because I picked against them last year in the game and they won
Okay.
convincingly. And I want to say it was this game here
Might have been.
because I did pick Brother Martin last year, but they beat Brother Martin last year, I think.
I think that's before Martin got on their roll.
Yeah.
That was a week before.
Yeah.
A week or two before.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Madison Prep.
The thing, I think Madison didn't lose as many people, and I think Brother Martin did lose a lot. But man, you still playing at Brother Martin.
I mean, you're not really
You
playing
know.
at Brother Martin.
Well,
You're
you
playing
know
at one of those
at one of
host
those
fields.
host fields.
And
Yeah,
this is
wherever it is
Bro-
out there.
Brother
Yeah.
Martin beat them last
Yeah.
year, 17-0.
Probably that tag going.
Yeah.
Garrett? They
Brother
beat
Martin
them.
won that game 17-0 last year.
Okay.
They go to stats guy.
Yeah. I gotta say, I just got a gut that Brother Martin's gonna do it. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Brother Martin.
Holden?
Played them for 4 years straight. They're
Uh-oh.
always good. I mean,
Yeah.
they're always good. I'm going with Brother Martin. That's a good program.
Brother Martin at home. I think they're gonna have to make a play late in the game, defense wise. Could come down to turnovers. So give me Brother Martin, and when you lean on special teams a little bit, also changing field position
Mm-hmm.
and that extra point field goal, it could come into play. Also, give me Brother Martin at home.
Yeah,
Right.
I watched them play last year. They played Cameron in the playoff game.
Tough.
Yeah.
I hear good things over the summer about this next team. Evangel, they say they're back. I can't wait to find out if they're truly back. We watched them in a couple 7-on-7s this summer, and they look like they are ready to go this year. I don't know what they have up front. I don't know what they have on defense, but they can freaking throw it this year.
Yeah.
They got some dudes that can go and
Go
make,
catch it.
They
go
can-
up and play some receiver for them.
They can throw it. They can catch it. They can defend it on the back end.
Didn't we see all of them on that 7-on-7?
Yes, at LSU.
Yeah, I saw him at UL 7-on-7.
Okay.
And
Good looking quarterback.
yeah, and the receivers, they and the DBs, they look like they back, but
Like we said, we don't know what they have up front. We
Right.
know what Neville got up front.
right,
So this
That's
game
awesome.
here, Evangel at Neville.
right.
Neville, brand new press box over there. I know them guys are excited to get into it.
Really
But-
innovative.
They say
Yeah.
Neville's really fast this year. I'm ready to see it to believe it.
I believe
Right.
it. They always fast every year, so
Yeah.
you can't go against something that's been proven every year.
Right.
You know,
So Evangel's back, Neville's still here. So what are we gonna pick?
Evangel they back, but not this week.
Okay.
I'm going with Neville.
Close loss?
If they can stop the run, they got a chance. But if they can't stop the run, they don't have a chance.
Okay.
Never gonna have athletes across
Yeah.
the board.
Neville's defense has to shut down the air attack of Evangel. And that's the thing.
They
You
got
got
some
they
guys that
got
can
some
match
guys
up
that
with
can
those
match up,
receivers.
and I think they can. So I'm gonna go Neville.
And you at home at Neville.
Yeah, you at Neville.
Chris, you said Neville?
Yeah.
Garrett?
Yes.
Holden?
Yes, sir, Neville.
Yeah, we're gonna go across the board here, but I'm excited to see what Evangel does this year. They say they're back. I want it to be proven.
That might be one of them old wow.
It might be an oh wow
Might be
coming
a
in 10
Friday
NFL.
night, midnight. Oh wow, from
Yeah.
Mr. Swallow.
And now, hey, if they do it, I will give them a big one.
I'll
we'll-
finally be here for it.
We'll know early because they play tomorrow.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's true.
So when that's a big thing there. They beat Washita Parish in the Jamboree. That's why a lot of people are buzzing this summer. This Jamboree.
Washington Paris ain't
It's
nothing.
hard to.
Yeah.
It's hard
Yeah,
to.
but that's what I'm saying.
It's hard to beat Neville at
Not
home.
quite, yeah.
Next matchup to close out our Thursday night slate: Notre Dame at Southside. How does Southside
Wow.
not get a stadium before Arca? Notre Dame at Southside.
Right.
Southside won the district last year.
Yes.
Southside was
And
a
I think they're going to be
dang
just as good this
football
year.
Team. I mean, they lost. Didn't they lose Baptiste?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Baptiste
but
is
they,
gone.
when we played them 3 years ago, they looked at like they
It-
was getting something
It was
going.
only a
They-
matter of time.
Yeah,
They've got it on the.
They
on
got the
on
numbers. They got the numbers. They got everything. If they can stop that run,
You know Notre Dame ain't gonna do nothing special. They're
Notre
gonna come
Dame's
running
gonna-
right at you. They're gonna
They-
they're gonna block. They're gonna tackle. They're gonna play Notre Dame football.
but
year in, year out.
Southside went through that district last year. That 9-team district, and they won the district.
No, they just didn't win. They
They dominated.
ran
They
through
did.
it.
They did really well.
Yeah. So
The teams they beat, bro.
Karen Crow. I'm not saying I don't know who beat who, but with the Karen Crow, Acadiana, Lafayette High was good last
They
year.
beat them
Yeah.
all.
They beat. I
Like,
think
like
they beat.
They-
Sulphur, Ball.
They beat them too.
You know, man, I'm gonna roll with Southside.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So Southside's lost a good chunk of players last year.
Yeah, but they got 2,000 kids at the school team.
Yeah, their athletes, I think. And don't get me wrong, Notre Dame. I don't normally like to pick against Notre
This
Dame
is a
because
close
they're
game
so
last year?
tough. But I think
Yeah.
this is going to be a close game.
21-13.
Yeah.
Southside's athletes are gonna shine.
I like Southside in this one. I want to see if they can go repeat as district champs.
Yeah.
If I can see these first
In that district.
week or two, because they jump right into district right away.
Yeah.
So
After next week.
I want to see if they got the team to go back and repeat as champions this year, or we have new blood this year, because
Right.
you got some teams chomping at the bit. You got the Acadians, the Karen Crows, the Sulphurs of the world that are just chomping to go win a district title this year. Because Southside hold up their bar.
You don't beat Acadiana and don't expect something in return, or Karen Crow and all. I mean, Lafayette.
And
So
they get their non-district out the way
Right.
first game.
they're gonna have a big X on their back.
Two
You
great
know, from the beginning.
two great programs here.
Right.
One full of tradition, one building the foundation. So
Correct.
excited to see these teams continue to play in the near future.
You're right.
Holden,
Yeah, Southside has gotten better every year. Like, was it a few years ago they just started? They won 5-6 games. All of a sudden, then they win 8, and they win 9. Last year they go 11-2.
Right.
I mean, like I said, I think this game, I'm picking Southside to win, but I won't be surprised if Notre Dame wins. It's just one of those good games.
I think Coach Fontenot's got it together over there. He's got the.
All they've done is just compete right away.
He's got what it
it hasn't
takes.
even been 10 years yet, huh, Chris?
And I love.
It's been 5-6
I love-
years.
Something like that.
It hasn't been long at all.
Mr. Charles, did y'all game get moved to Thursday night? I have y'all scheduled right here on Friday. If it's moved to Thursday, we can definitely pick it. Give me a pick here, fellas, right here on the board. Westminster of Lafayette, Birchman's Academy. Two teams not in the LHSA full speed yet, but are still battling out week in and week out to get ready for that moment. They're going to play tomorrow night. Who wins this football game? It's still a 4-quarter deal.
Right.
Sign their pairs. I'm going first.
You like Birchman's?
I think Birchman's is going to give them a run, but I got to give the edge to Westminster of Lafayette because they've been around a little bit longer, and they've got it together. And we watched them play, and they're good. This is brand new for Birchman. This is really brand new. Now I think it's going to be a decent scoring game because Birchman, talking to the coach, Birchman said that they can score.
That's why I want Birchman.
But it's their defense that's giving up points and stuff like that. So I will say I'm looking for a close game, but I got to give the edge a little bit. And I'm sorry, Coach, but I got to give the edge a little bit to Westminster of Lafayette.
Holden?
Yeah, I'm going with the champs. I think they're gonna.
Who's the champs?
Didn't they win 8 on 8?
No, they went 8-man.
That was 2 years ago.
5 years in a
Yeah,
row,
but
they won 8-man football state champions.
I'm picking them.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think,
So
yeah.
Birchman's, Westminster of Lafayette.
I got it, yeah.
I think the way Brock and that runs that offense there at Westminster of Lafayette, they like to spread it out,
Right.
go 5 wide. I mean, they got
And well, think about it. Birchman's been doing it. What they doing? 5 wide. You playing 8 on 8. So they just been throwing it.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Hey,
It's gonna
I
be a
think
shootout.
this game is at Lafayette Renaissance, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. Good offense. Which defense steps up when it's needed the most?
Correct.
So I like Westminster of Lafayette.
gonna be close.
Yeah, I would love to see that one in person. I wish they would have
Yes.
played on a Tuesday night.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah. Or
Let-
Saturday.
Yeah, but let them kids get that Thursday, Friday
Yeah,
night feeling
yeah.
before they get eligible to play
Correct.
varsity football.
Correct.
Brought to my attention, Delcom versus Centerville has been moved to a Thursday night. We will pick that game at this moment. It's number 6 on the Friday night list, so we'll go to that one.
Okay.
Centerville will head on down to Delcom. Both programs here. I think they're breaking in brand new quarterbacks.
Right.
They got some youth that's going to have to step up this year.
Both teams.
Both teams.
yeah.
I think they had both a big graduating class last year. Correct. Last year, Delcom went on the road and knocked off Centerville at their place. This year, we flip it because of the home and away schedule. Now, can Centerville go and spoil their party this year to open the season?
Nah, I'm gonna roll with Delcom.
I like Delcom.
Yeah.
Man, that's gonna be a tough one. I had a chance to go on the stadium tour with the Centerville. I like that the boys over there. They're really good, but I think Delcom's gonna be taking a home field. I think Delcom's gonna be a little bit too tough for them.
Okay. Holton?
I went with Delcom.
Delcom? I mean, it burnt me last year when I picked Centerville at home. I don't know if on the road with a young team they can get it done this early. Can they get it moving through the first couple of weeks? If they get it going, I think they could be a really special team.
Correct.
But I'm gonna go with the home team here. They're gonna edge out a close victory.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be a good Thursday night football game for sure.
Yeah.
All right, we go Friday night football, ladies and gentlemen. Let's pick some games here. Got some loaded matchups, got some fun matchups, and got some good old football to talk here. Break down the games as you can. We don't know much about these teams, but we will after week 1. We start off Livonia and Port Barre. Myself and Mr. Gary will call this game, so we will not pick it. We're gonna let these two guys on the end pick this football game. And we will go. Livonia's in your district with OHS. You saw Port Barre play last week. More of an improved team, if you would say, right?
Very, and they playing for something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that emotions gonna be high that night in Port Barre. But they played real well last week.
Okay.
If they can get it together and eliminate the penalties,
Okay.
they gonna pull it off. And I'm gonna pick them to beat Livonia.
Who you picking?
Port Barre.
What? Who you picking?
I'm picking Port Barre.
Whoa!
Mr. Holden?
Yeah, I can't wait to go watch him. I'm really excited what Coach Angel got going, man. I'm picking Port Barre. First debut win.
Livonia versus Port Barre. I'm excited to call it tomorrow night, Mr. Swallow. Friday night, Mr. Swallow. Livonia's a good football team this year. Port Barre is an improved football team this year. It could come down to the fourth quarter. Whose team lasts is when it comes down to. I think Livonia might have more depth.
Mm-hmm.
I think Port Barre, if their conditioning holds up, could play a factor in that one. Special teams could play a huge factor. A lot can happen.
The little running back that Port Barre has, I like him.
Yes, both teams have talented running
Right.
backs. Port Barre got a talented running back. Livonia has a talented running back. I've been told all week, watch out for Livonia's running back. And we all know about Port Barre's running back. So we'll see. Turnovers, special teams, and holding up for 4 quarters body-wise could be key factors for both teams.
Right. And then like I said, it's gonna be a big emotional day for Port Barre. With everything that's going on. I'm just excited to be there. Hadn't been there, in a while, and like I said, I'm just excited to see him play.
And they didn't even play this game last year, right?
No, this game was
this
not
game
played
was not
last
played.
year.
No.
Anybody else having trouble?
Is everybody? Is it? They say levels are low. Can everybody hear?
Ramsey said.
Yeah, Ramsey said he got it. So I don't know. Mike might have to check it.
No, this game was not played last year.
Yeah, I mean we got it over here.
I'm just going to talk up a little bit
Yeah.
then. Ladies and gentlemen, dun dun dun! It is that time of the year again. How about we introduce Holly's Lock of the Week?
Oh, we're
Hello.
starting early,
We're
man.
starting early, ladies and gentlemen. Holly's Lock of the Week goes to Oakdale over Vinton. You rolling with Holly?
What was Holly's record last year? She lost one game.
One
Holly
game.
lost one game last year out of 15. She had a really good record.
Yeah.
I forgot who.
She beat us pretty good, man.
I forgot which team bid her,
I remember.
but it was an upset that night.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go with Oakdale too. Oakdale.
Yeah.
A lot of those kids, I know a lot of those kids. They play in the youth program, and they getting it together over there. So I'm gonna roll with Oakdale.
And this is if anybody doesn't know, Holly picks one game every week that she gonna pick as her lock. It's just a little fun time
She
to
know who's gonna win.
yeah, it's just a little fun time to let her be still with the program with the boys.
Right.
But she can only pick that team
One time throughout the year, so she can never pick Oakdale again.
Right. I got to go with that too, Jordan. I think Oakdale. I think Mikey's gonna get.
You know, they got a bad taste in their mouth. Both teams coming off of Jamboree losses.
Most definitely, and I think Mikey's the offensive coordinator over there.
Gotta love the old split back there.
And Mikey's one of my students from way back, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I think he's doing a great job at Oakdale, and I think they're gonna be too strong.
They lost their backfield. I'm ready to see what they have coming in this year because that backfield last year was really good.
It was most definitely.
Yeah, I went with Oakdale also.
Okay. New game here, Oberlin versus Pine Prairie right here. We also had that Vinton and Oakdale game up there. I forgot to fail to mention it. Oberlin, brand new head football coach. Pine Prairie, brand new head football coach. Right. New staffs. Can we see brand new football teams here? Oberlin, we know the depth is not there. They don't have the numbers that they've had in previous years. Pine Prairie, I have not heard a word.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
Have y'all heard anything?
No.
Not really.
No. But I'm gonna roll with Oberlin here.
Yeah, I like Oberlin myself.
Yeah, I mean, you still got a new coaching staff, but I mean, just not knowing what Pine Prairie has and knowing what they did last year wasn't too strong. What Oberlin did last year was pretty good. So I'm gonna roll with Oberlin.
Yeah.
Oberlin's coming off a win against Oakdale in the Jamboree.
Right.
Yeah. That can be a momentum game to them.
Yeah, Oberlin, numbers may be down, but the talent, they have talented players. Pine Prairie, like I said, I have heard nothing about Pine Prairie.
We will find out after week 1.
But I'm going to go with Oberlin.
I like Oberlin. Holden?
Yeah, I like Oberlin also. They got a few good looking kids over there.
Pickering at Elton. This is interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting game.
Who you pick?
I like Oberlin.
Okay.
Pickering at Elton. We don't have an Elton helmet here. I seen Brendan is in the chat. Hook us up,
Hook us up, man. We need an Elton helmet, man.
And we need some Mr. T's Boudin again.
Oh, most definitely.
When you come back,
coach.
When you come back to make some picks later on in the year, come on down and bring some Mr. T's.
That's right.
But Elton, Pickering in this football game, I like Elton in this one at home. I think they can pull it off. I think they got some athletes over there still.
Right.
They don't have the big time numbers that most 1A programs have, but they still have a good group of kids that can get it done on Friday night.
And they play hard.
Right, they do.
They play hard, so I'm gonna roll with Elton.
Gary?
I'm going to go with them too, Elton.
Me too.
Yep, I like Elton.
Hamilton Christian versus Grand Lake. Oh, Grand Lake, year in and year out, they are a tough-nosed football team that plays a physical brand. Very well coached. Mr. Wainwright is over there. His resume speaks for itself. And he's got a good group of kids that bought into his system. So I like Grand Lake in this one.
Yeah, I like Grand Lake also.
Yeah.
I mean, Hamilton just don't have the numbers. They're gonna be well coached though. Coach Washington gonna get them
Absolutely.
up, get them up there.
Yeah.
But they just don't have the numbers. And I'm gonna go with Grand Lake.
Me too, Grand Lake. I think it's going. Like you said, I think they just gonna outplay them, and so I think it's gonna work on that.
I don't know if it's Grand Lake or Hamilton Christian.
What's
Somebody said They lost a young man this week, so they could use a win.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. I mean, they had a hard loss of a young man.
I went with Grand Lake also.
Okay.
Well, prayers to that,
That community.
also. I mean, we know what you're going through right now.
Right.
Most definitely.
Close to home.
Next matchup, Rain at Beauchef. Rain, I seen some clips this offseason of the scrimmage and the jamboree. Look like they got a talented running back over there, Rain. Y'all
Yeah.
heard something
Yeah.
about him?
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I
kid.
think-
and a pretty good receiver.
Oh, good receiver too.
Yeah.
Beauchef still improving. So
Rebuilding, really.
I'm not sure until I see them play in week 1. They played Eunice last week, was the JV team.
Right.
So I mean they got to win. Rain's coming in. They got a good football team. Could Beauchamp still win at home? I'm not sure. I have to see week 1 first. But Rain, I like the talented running back.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rain here. Beauchamp still got some, things they need to do and
Yeah.
growing and
Need to work, get some kinks out.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with Rain on here.
I'm with
the,
you on that.
the young man was from Elton.
Oh, Elton.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Next matchup, Rose Pine at East Bow. Holden, who you got?
Oh, I got Rain.
Rose Pine and East Bow. We know all the controversy this past few weeks at Rose Pine, coming off of a loss to DeQuincy in the Jamboree. I think a full week's of practice is going to get their minds back on track. I think they're going to be ready to go this week. I think they go on the road and get a win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I also too. East Bowl.
Yep.
You going East Bowl or Rose Pine?
Rose Pine.
Rose Pine. Oh, yeah. Okay.
He went East Bow.
No, I want to say that's where the Flyers and stuff are in the East Bowl 2 area too.
Yeah. Well, they have a lot of all that stuff going on over there, man. That's so heartbreaking for those communities up there.
Correct. So we're going Rose Pine across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
South Plaquemines hits the road. They're going to head on down to Mamou. Mamou has been better these last few years. I've been impressed with the coaching staff over there. Somebody actually comes in and tries to build a winning tradition, winning football team there instead of the last time we heard about Mamou football, it wasn't really well. But these last few years have been promising. They've won some games. They got their hands full this week with South Plaquemines. So can Mamou start the season 1-0?
Is that Coach Collins over there?
I don't want to lie to you.
Yeah, I think so. At Mamou, and they run the wing T or something.
I just know.
South Plaquemine was tough, man.
I just know they put their talent to use these last few years,
Yeah.
and they've been well coached.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go with South Plaquemine.
I got to give the edge to South Plaquemine. I think they're going to go into Mamou and catch a win.
Holden, who you scanning over there?
Yeah, I like South Plaquemines also.
Yeah,
You're looking at last year's records, huh?
No, I'm just
Game.
looking at little stuff I'm seeing.
I like South Plaquemines, Chris.
Taking
I
his
think
stab, man. What you talking about?
I think they're loaded with athletes across the
Yeah.
board.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the difference on Friday night. A little too much speed.
Right. I agree.
Next matchup, Washington Marion at Salford. That's an improved football team this year
Yeah.
with Salford. Did you see what they did in the Jamboree?
Yes.
New football coach comes in, brings a new energy, a new light into the building. They're fired up. They believe in him. Coach Cody comes from Welsh. He just lit up that program and
Right.
that community. I expect big things this year from Salford, Chris. Give me Salford at home.
Yeah, I over there I like Salford too, man. My guys over there, Washington Marion, Coach Sullen, and
Yeah.
Right.
guy that went to Beauchamp, B.J. Thomas, he coaches on the staff with him too. But
Right.
Salford just too tough, man. Big,
They beat them last year too.
Yeah.
And even Vinny's at Salford now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Head football
Yeah.
coach last year
I
at
gotta
Catholic
go. I
Appointment.
gotta go soft for myself.
Holden?
Yeah, I went with Salford also.
Okay. Across the board. Next matchup, South Lafourche is coming down to play St. Ed's in Eunice. Number 5 held out last week with a hamstring injury that he had in the camp at Alabama, so that's why he didn't play in the Jamboree.
We were wondering about that.
He's a weapon, though, coming into this year. You know how special of a player he was last year.
Most definitely.
The quarterback over there at St. Ed's is really good, Mr. Kane West.
Right.
Some big time players at St. Ed's this year. South Lafourche was in a shootout last year with St. Ed's last year. That was like 57-40 something was the
Right.
final score. St. Ed's at home could be the difference. You know they're fired up for Friday night. I don't know if they'll have enough to pull off a win here, but they're gonna give it a really good go. What you think?
If 5 plays, St. Ed wins.
Okay.
If he don't play, South Lafourche wins.
I
he
think
playing?
I think he's
supposed
I think
to
he's
play.
gonna try.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with South Lafourche.
Okay.
Yeah, the thing that hits me is that you said he had a hamstring injury.
That's
Was it
tough.
hamstring or that?
So,
Can,
I don't want to lie to you,
Yeah.
Gary. I think that's what I read.
Okay, but if he plays 4 quarters and he is back to 100%, I think St. Ed's got it. But I mean, that injury is so hard to come up with. But I don't know, man.
You like the home team, don't you?
I do.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with St. Ed's. I mean, stay healthy, young man, and play ball.
Holden.
He's like,
Holden thinking about the shootout
Yeah.
from last year.
I know that
No, but also
that
see
was
what
awesome.
they played against last year.
Man, we looked at that game last year and knew that they could go on the road and upset them.
And you know what?
And then it was just a 50-something to 40-something thriller.
Nobody's playing defense.
Give me St. Ed's.
Okay.
Yeah, like I say, I like St. Ed, but if that hamstring injury is bothering keep on, it's tough. He may not play. He may tweak it.
I think he's gonna go. I just don't know
It's
if
a
he's
mind.
gonna hold up.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a mind thing. When even if you're healthy,
Right.
it's a mind thing. You're not going to go at your full speed because I'm gonna tweak it again. You know.
Right.
But I'm gonna go with South Lafourche on this one.
Chris, I'm gonna agree with you there. I think they're gonna come on the road and get a win. If he could play for 4 quarters, I think it's gonna be another
Right.
shootout.
Right. That's why I think it's just going to be okay. Which side will the scale on? Work it out.
He's a difference maker.
Yeah.
Oh, most definitely.
Barb Lagrange, who wins that game?
Barb,
Barb.
Okay, I like Barb myself.
we in that quick.
It's like
The Battle of the Fails. How about West Feliciana versus East Feliciana? Good old rivalry here.
I get them confused. East and West Feliciana.
West is the one that went to the state title game a few years ago. How's that?
I remember that. That's the
See,
one that
East
played
Feliciana,
Northwest.
that was that big tight end that transferred. He was at
Yeah,
East Feliciana.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna go with West Feliciana.
I have no idea. But I'll go with Chris.
I know the programs, but they just get them confused with the East and
Brand new
West
head football coach at West Feliciana.
Right.
Holden?
Yeah, I like West Feliciana. LSU commit on there. I know he's a safety, but I think he
he's
plays
not there,
quarterback too.
He's a starting quarterback.
Oh, the quarterback.
Yeah, well, he's gonna play safe, but he's a quarterback also, athlete. So
I thought the one was transferred to Zach.
no, that's East Feliciana. That's Trades.
Right.
Next rivalry game, Sacred Heart at Ville Platte, the old T Cotton Bowl. Does Sacred Heart continue to win these last few years, or can Ville Platte finally knock them off and get back into the winning column in this rivalry? Sacred Heart, brand new head football coach. Ville Platte, brand new head football coach.
I saw Ville play at the 7-on-7. They got some athletes flying around the ball.
So they're not under center no more.
Well, I mean, 7-on-7, you can't get under the center.
Right. I
So
thought
they-
you said Jamboree, my bad.
Well, yeah, so they was they was going after it.
We watched them last year. They was running with the wing feet.
Yeah.
Right.
They were running something.
Yeah. Got a coin. We could flip a coin.
Last year, this was a 50-0 ball game. Trojans won.
Yeah, Sacred Heart beat them.
I know what I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
I'm
so
saying.
you talking about me and you hear
Yeah,
that stuff?
I know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Sacred
But that
stability-
Sacred Heart football team last year.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
good.
they were
Yeah, they were good.
But I think they're going to do it again this year. I got to give the edge to Sacred Heart. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like the Trojans in this rivalry for I don't know how many more years, but Ville Platte could turn it around very soon.
Hopefully.
Ville Platte just needs to get the
Stability.
kids to buy into their program and get it in there and get some stability in there. That's the most important thing. The athletes, man, I'm gonna tell you right now,
Yeah.
they have athletes.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see what this brand new head football coach has in
Yeah.
store this year. Holden,
I had Sacred Heart also.
okay. No, what they call this, the Bayou Trophy,
I have no idea.
Battle of the Berry. I'm not sure.
Mhm.
New
Yes.
Iberia Senior High versus Westgate. All of New Iberia will be there. We will see
right.
how this one ends. New Iberia, they're coming off an 0-10 season, but they are fired up to start this year. So when you have a chip on your shoulder like that, could that play dividends coming into the season? Westgate loaded with talent throughout the entire locker room. Playing at home, you know how special it is to play over there. I mean, they could break the scoreboard Friday night. It could come down to a last possession. I'm not sure how to take this one, but I'm going to go with Westgate.
Yeah, Westgate at home with the win.
Yeah, I'm saying the same thing. Westgate.
Yeah, I think Westgate got a lot of power. It's gonna be,
Okay. Avoyles, brand new head football coach. Marksville, brand new head football coach. We got a lot of new coaches in the state of
We do,
Louisiana.
man. That's can't go by coaches.
No.
Avoyles, they still running the same offense though. Keep
Right.
that in mind.
But
So
they're
that
punting this time.
yeah, that crazy offense that they had in the past, they're still going to run it. Marksville, they're bringing in Coach Harper from Sacred Heart. You know how well of a coach he is. Can he get it turned around in a short period of time? That will be what I'm going to keep an eye out on this year. Marksville or Avoyles? Who wins this football game?
If a boy still running that offense like you said,
They still got the carrying there.
right?
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna go with the Vols.
Okay.
I'm with you too on that, Chris. I think Avoyles is going to take it, but I think Marksville is going to be highly improved,
They're gonna compete
and they're going to compete.
and with discipline. They
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're gonna have
absolutely.
A lot of discipline in
yeah. I
it.
agree with y'all.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to pick Marksville at home.
Oh.
I think it's something about when you have that brand new something in the locker room and you're at home to start the season, I think you just play a little bit harder. What do you think?
I agree.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be closer than you think, but I still think Avoyles has the edge.
Good old rivalry there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
Down the
they're
street.
not far from each other. They're
15 miles.
yeah.
When I went on the stadium tour, this is the game they were looking forward to the most. When I talked to Como, they said they wanted the St. Thomas More game. That's the one they wanted to win the most this year. Okay? Week 1, defending state champs are coming into the house. Como, brand new head football coach this year. He's got a lot of energy. He's got a lot of passion. He's an alumni there, so you know they're going to play for him. I'm excited to see what Como does this season. But St. Thomas More is still loaded from top to bottom. I like St. Thomas More here on this one.
Yeah,
No,
we're gonna keep it short and sweet.
Yeah.
STM.
You know the old saying that said, "Be careful what you wish for."
Yeah.
Man,
STM.
but you look at St. Thomas More knocking off Acadiana last week. That shows you they could very well be back in New Orleans
They
for
could.
the blink of
They
an eye.
could. They well could, but hey, Jamboree is one thing.
Yeah. Quarterback's back, so keep an eye on that. A lot of people are putting him top 5 in the state.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Holden,
Oh yeah, STM. But I want to see what Como does. Though.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
very excited to see the Spartans play this year.
Right.
And that's their first. They the only out of district game too.
Right. Yeah.
Everything else is district.
Correct.
Correct.
St. Louis at Crawley. Gents might have a bad taste in their mouth after Kaplan last week, what happened in that contest. St. Louis, they lost a really talented receiving core, quarterback, and a few others. But this defense returns. And this defense is loaded, and they look like they are poised to make a run this year. Chris, can the offense do enough this season? Can the offense do enough Friday night to get a win?
Yeah, they can. They can. They're in a good, really good district,
I agree, St. Louis.
and so they ain't fall off too much.
Yeah. It's crazy how, man, Crowley used to be like, like I'm waiting for them to get back.
To get back where they were.
You know.
It was like what? Not even 10 years ago, they were fighting to get deep into the playoffs.
Right.
Right.
I'm just waiting for them. They got athletes. I mean, it's a big area.
I like St. Louis myself.
Yeah, St. Louis.
Northside's heading down to Northwest this week. We got a brand new head football coach at Northside, very passionate on the tour. He played there, is the right man for the job. Going down to Northwest, they look like they're improved this year. They're going to rely on their defense to carry their team this year. It looks like they got a talented guys on that side of the ball. Can the offense get rolling? That's what I'm going to be looking for this upcoming week. Two good offenses that like to sling it. We'll see who makes a big time play in that one.
Yeah, this game was close last year.
Yeah,
Yes.
it really was. Yeah,
Real close, and it's gonna be close again this year. But and both guys gonna have those kids well coached,
Oh yeah.
ready to play. Chris had those guys ready to play against us last week, so he gonna have them ready to play. I know that, and I'm gonna get an edge to Northwest on this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna give home field advantage to Northwest. I think they're gonna have the edge being at home.
Mm-hmm.
Holden?
Yeah, Alex, congratulations.
I'm gonna go with Northside on the road.
Never mind. I was about to say
Whoa.
across the board. Never mind.
Never
My bad,
mind.
Alex.
It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be.
absolutely.
I think it's gonna be real
I
good.
can hear Alex.
I wish
now.
this game was on a Thursday night so I can go watch
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I wish I could cover it on a Thursday night during the season. You know what I mean? If it wasn't week one. Manny, Sam Houston, the defending state champs, are they in trouble? Or is this Oak Grove that good?
I don't know, man.
You got that matchup right there?
Yeah.
And Sam Houston done got better.
They've
Sam
improved.
Manny lost a lot.
Manny did lose a lot.
They lost a lot to graduation.
Yeah. And then there's some brand new coaches,
Right.
you know,
Brand new
coaches
coach.
there.
Well, the coaches were still on he's still on
Right.
the staff. So
Yeah.
I hear good things about Sam Houston this year.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to take the Jamboree loss to Oak Grove because we know what they had coming back. I don't know. I mean,
I'm gonna go with Sam Houston on this one.
okay.
They got the numbers, the depth.
Last year this was such a lopsided victory,
Right.
but I think this year it could be a ball game that's gonna come down in the fourth quarter.
Right.
Uh,
And we're gonna see what Manny is all about.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know.
I'll be honest with you, man. I think Sam
Manny,
Houston
think
can.
Manny bounces back?
No, I think Sam Houston's gonna beat him. I'll be honest with you because
Could this be a prove me week though for Manny?
Pretty much.
It has to.
This has to be a prove me week for Manny. After
Did he
everything
get
that
his
they did.
locker room together and say,
I hope so.
flush
Yeah.
it, let's go show everyone who Manny football is
Against
this
a
week?
big 5A school.
If they play like they are capable of and have that Manny tradition, then Manny can win. But man, like I said, after what we saw so far, I got to give the edge to Sam Houston.
Holden?
Yeah, I'm rolling with Manny this week.
Manny?
They got a
Okay.
talented linebacker safety committed to LSU. I know they lost a big offensive lineman. He transferred, but they still got talent. I'm rolling with Manny.
Okay. Like I said, I'm ready to see that score and see if he got a hold to his locker room and said,
Right.
this is not the standard.
Yeah,
Right.
that's not the standard for Manny at all for what's been happening the last couple weeks.
Like I said, they lost their big old lineman too.
Right.
Leesville at Jennings. Two teams that just like to run the football and run it right at you and say, my O-line is better than your D-line type of attitude. Let's win in the trenches on Friday night. Who gets it done?
Yeah, Jennings got a bad taste in their mouth from that loss last year, and they're gonna have another one this year. I think Leesville gonna pull it off.
So Ford's going to have a big night.
Oh, he
Yeah.
will.
I think so too. I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I'm with y'all on that one too.
I like Leesville. I think the running back coming back this year is going to be a special player, and we're going to keep out and see how many yards he actually gets this year because you know that the talent is there.
Yeah.
Right, most definitely.
And they gonna run it.
Kaplan at North Vermilion. Ladies and gentlemen, this one ended pretty wild last year. It came down to the very last play of the game. North Vermilion on a tip ball, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Does anybody remember?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a tip
Yeah.
ball for the win.
Right.
So you know Kaplan had this game circled, and you know they're ready to get after it. After the numbers they put up against Crawley last week, it looks like the offense did not fall off far from losing Capisi. But
Right.
North Vermilion, brand new head football coach over there. They're coming off a quarterfinal appearance last year. So two good teams going at it on Friday night. I'm excited for this one. I can't wait to see the outcome.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. I'm gonna roll with the home team on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. I think it's going to be a real tight game. I think North Vermilion is going to have the little edge because it's at home. So I got to go with them.
Holden?
Yeah, I got North Vermilion as well.
I'm going to roll with the Pirates in this one. I think they're going to continue to roll into this week after that huge showing on the Jamboree.
Right.
Their offense look like they're clicking.
Right. I got you.
Abbeville got to go up to St. Mary's. We watched this game in person last
Last
year.
year.
I'm not sure if the quarterback is back, but if he's back, he could be the difference maker for St. Mary's.
You're right.
They're going to play, I think, at NSU,
Yeah, that's what
Northwestern State. So they're going to be playing on turf. St. Mary's is used to it. Abbeville coming in, really good defense, a really solid defense. If you can go into Church Point's house and knock off the Bears in the Jamboree, that shows you what Coach Moy has over there.
Right.
Right.
So talk to me about this matchup. It's going to be a long road trip. I think Abbeville has had the better of this matchup the last few years. Let's see if we can make it 3 in a row, or is it St. Mary's at home this year?
I think that quarterback is back.
Okay.
Holden pulling it up.
Yeah.
I think he's pulling it up right now.
I ain't telling you my stuff.
But I'm gonna go with St. Mary.
Yeah.
They program is always, right there.
I think that if St. Mary's his quarterback is there with the point that he was, he was just so
He was
good.
pinpoint good.
Pinpoint good. I think they're going to have the edge because they're at home, and Abbeville has to travel. But Abbeville's got a good defense. They're going to be solid on that. But I'm going to give, sorry, Coach Moore, but I'm going to give the edge to St. Mary.
Holden?
Yeah, I went with St. Mary's also.
And I'm going to stick with the defense for Abbeville another week. I'm going to see if they show up
Right.
back-to-back weeks here, Chris.
Mhm.
If they can prove me 2 weeks in a row, watch out for
Right.
the Wildcats this year.
Right.
But it can be tough to go that far and get it done. Offense has to go. Catholic New Iberia, Vermilion Catholic. We watched Catholic New Iberia last week. Very impressed.
Right.
Good quarterback, lefty.
Right.
Good running back, and he got two guys that can catch.
Right.
Two guys that are explosive. Vermilion Catholic graduated a ton. They lost a ton, but they still VC. They still play football like the
VC
Screaming
way.
Eagles
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to go into VC and win this game because you know how well they play at home.
Right. Most definitely.
Gary, Catholic New Iberia that we saw last week can go in and beat VC.
Yeah. They can do it.
Okay.
Will they do it? That's the difference. I think VC's...
Brand new head football coach at
Right.
Catholic New Iberia,
Right.
Coach DeZarmo.
Yeah. I still think that VC's going to have the edge.
Okay.
Home field advantage. As much as I've seen improvement with Catholic and New Iberia, I still give the edge to VC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw VC last week against Westminster.
Okay, so you did get to see him in person.
Yeah, and it was state semifinals too last year.
State runner-up.
State runner-ups.
Yeah, runner up. So
Yeah.
they looked like they was that machine.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with VC on this one.
Yeah, Vermilion Catholic at home, difference maker
Right.
there. The student body, the community, they show up week in and week out. That's a fun place to watch a football game. This year's team, I'm not sure if it's going to be the best defense in the state like we seen last year.
Right.
They have some high expectations to live up to.
Right.
But after week one, I should have a really good feeling about the Screaming Eagles. But this
Right.
Catholic New Iberia team in that district, they could very well go win their district this year.
Oh, most definitely. I agree with you 100% on that.
Holden?
Screaming Eagles, baby.
Next matchup, ladies and gentlemen, Basil's going to head on down to Lake Arthur. Lake Arthur, and last year they had to go back and play this game on a Saturday. We remember last year's week one, the weather was horrendous.
Yeah, very bad.
So, Lake Arthur got a bad taste in their mouth after last year having to play back-to-back days. Basil, the way they run their offense, they just play a little smash mouth football. Let's get 3 yards a pop type of deal. Lake Arthur got a talented quarterback over there. It's two good football teams. It's two well-coached staffs from both sides. I don't know. It could come down to a fourth quarter play. It can come down to a turnover. It can come down to special teams. I don't know. I'm going to turn it over to Chris to give me his pick.
I'm gonna go with the Bearcats.
I like the Bearcats on the road.
Yes, sir.
Gary.
I gotta agree. The ball control offense and the way they do, I think they can.
So they're going to try to time of possession?
Yeah, time of possession.
Mm-hmm.
Holden?
Man, they about to be at my neck. I picked Lake Arthur.
You like the Lake Arthur?
I hear a lot of good things from some certain people that's been coaching them and keeping up with them this year.
Like we looked at it, Gary, we talked about this team this summer. I think they lost their entire backfield. I think the quarterback's gone.
Yeah.
So I think you have Lake Arthur coming back with an experienced group. You got Bazil filling in some holes, got some young guys stepping up this year. It's going to be a great ball game. Two teams that like to get after each other. Lake Arthur at home. That's who I'm picking this week.
That might give them the edge right there. But like I said, I think it's going to be a ball control ball game, Bazil. A wide open ball game, Lake Arthur.
Yeah, I'll have a good idea of Bazil
Yeah.
after week one.
Well, yeah, and once we see how this works
After,
out, we'll be able to.
after
pick
they
it up
lost
on.
Edwards, after they lost DeVille,
Yeah.
that's a talented backfield. I know they're going to plug in some guys that can go. I just have to see it first.
Right.
But Lake Arthur, that quarterback is going to be the difference maker.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
Me and Jordan should agree on something.
Next matchup, two teams that just don't like each other.
You're right.
And all.
You're right.
Welsh,
At all.
brand new head football coach. Kinder, brand new head football coach. It's going to be military appreciation night that night at Kinder. Welsh coming in, they're fired up, ready to go. Kinder, brand new. How can you say that when somebody comes in and brings in a new attitude to the team?
Oh yeah, just developing a new philosophy.
Yeah.
You know, just come in there.
Discipline.
Discipline on that. I mean, they just coming in and just
And
they said we're going to do it this way.
You got some guys that can go on this football team for Kinder, but you got some guys that can go on this football team for Welsh.
Oh, yeah.
We looked at Welsh last year, and we thought this team could very well find their way to the Dome.
Right.
Because Division 4, they were playing in that bracket.
Right.
I don't know if Welsh graduated a big class. Kinder, they graduated some key guys,
Right.
but they got some key guys back. Welsh got some key guys back. Let's find out on Friday night who's the better team.
Right.
Kinder at home.
I'm gonna go Kinder at home too. I think the home field advantage is gonna give them a little edge. But man, I think it's gonna be a good ball game.
Yeah, it's a real good game. I got Kendra at home.
All right, Kinder at home also. I think Justin Reed gets his first career win as head football coach, but it's going to come down to maybe an overtime thriller.
So
Right.
It always comes down to something.
Jake McCoy said Welsh will be without 5 key starters.
Okay, maybe
Oh, wow.
without 5 key starters, but Welsh in a close one. Okay.
Wow.
Opelousas
here.
Catholic, Oak Grove,
I'm sorry.
defending state champs, welcomes Opelousas Catholic Vikings, and all they did last week was put up 40 in
Yeah.
a jamboree on the defending state champs of Manny. Is that the icing on the cake there of where you say no one may touch this team this year?
Yeah.
They machine is well oiled already. They
You
clicking
know,
already. I mean, how many points they put up in the jamboree?
Sophomores and freshmen won that state title last year.
Yeah.
But they put up
41.
Yeah.
41. I think it's 41.
And I don't know how many minutes they played, but let's just say in 24 minutes,
Okay.
put up 41 points.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And it was all 3 phases.
Yeah.
Offense, defense, special teams
Yeah.
that they put up.
Uh,
OC Collins is a heck of a quarterback.
We watched them last week. We were at
The
the
way they
jamboree.
run that offense this year, they're back in the spread. They go up tempo and they get it out fast.
Yeah, you got a good receiving.
He's got
Antizono.
some good receivers. It's going to be a true test. If this game was played in Opelousas, it would have upset all over it. But it's in Monroe.
This is Oak Grove, buddy. Hey,
You're going to look like a fool on Friday night
But
for
no,
the recap show.
No, I'm not gonna look like no fool. I'm telling you, I think Oak Grove is gonna win, and I don't see it being close.
But you think this Opelousas Catholic team is special this year?
I think they're better then they're better than most people are gonna give them credit for because we watched them. And I'm gonna tell you right now, but this game, as far as this game, sorry.
I think OC is gonna be better because of how the OC is gonna spread the ball.
Right.
Correct.
I think that's their offense is
From
after this
previous-
game. It's
yeah.
gonna be a
'Cause
lot
previous,
different.
think about it from previous years.
I think they're gonna score
Right.
because they got the offense to do it, but I don't know if the defense can stop them.
Right.
That's the issue. That's the issue there.
Because remember in previous years with OC, they were, we can go from the past 3 years, it was Coleman.
Right.
And then last year it was Chris Brown. Now you got to spread the ball.
Yeah.
Now you got to get other
Other people
opportunity
involved.
So,
But you know who's not intimidated going down to Monroe?
no, they did not.
You know they're going up there to try to win the football
Oh,
game.
yeah. They're
Most
going to
definitely.
play hard.
Oh, they're gonna play hard. And there's no their philosophy and their coach and everything. I think that he is going to get those boys ready to play.
Right.
But they're playing against Oak Grove.
Yeah.
And you're gonna look like a fool on Friday night whenever they pull off the upset, and I have to come and tell you.
I will be more than happy to eat my crow. But you know what?
Listen,
Until they do it,
if they
I'm
beat
not
Oak
eating no
Grove,
crow.
that's going to shock the whole state.
Yeah.
Entire state.
Yeah.
I don't care what game we have on this list.
I
Think is an upset.
think
That would
Oak
be an
Grove
upset.
is just too strong.
Juniors and sophomores trying to go to defend their title.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I think Oak Grove is just too strong.
every year.
Oak Grove.
Oak Grove.
Oak Grove.
Jordan, I don't know
Oak
if you
Grove.
remember in the interview you had with the players, my brother was in there,
Yeah.
Christian. So curious to see. I'm gonna talk to him, but yeah, I got Oak Grove.
I tell you who's a dog on that football team. Rowan Bajon.
Oh yes, yes,
Jeez
most definitely,
Louise.
most definitely. Oh yeah,
I was most impressed with him Friday night for that jamboree.
most definitely.
Mangum at Gina. This matchup here is juicy. Mangum, I heard good things about them. They said this could be the year they finally get back to the dome. Gina coming off a huge win last week against Washita Christian in the jamboree. It's two good football teams. It's two respected communities. It's two great coaching staffs.
Mhm.
I like Mangum on the road.
I like Gina at home.
Chris likes Gina. I like Mangum. Holden?
Mangum.
I'm with you. I think Mangum's going to be a little too strong because I think Mangum has a shot. Like you said, I think they have a shot to go.
That win over last week in the jamboree.
That might push
That Gina
Gina
win?
over there.
And that wasn't a lopsided one. That was a
Correct.
solidified.
Yeah.
That's what's making me draw towards Gina here, and that they could have a special year because you don't just shut down Washita Christian.
No, not at all.
Alexandria at Karen Crow. The Crow Dome's going to be rocking. Last year, Karen Crow went up north, knocked off Alexandria, and their home place. Alexandria's trying to return the favor this year, go knock off Karen Crow in their place. Can they do it?
I'm gonna go with the Crow.
Me too.
They gonna play hard. They at home. They beat them last year, so
Karen Crow.
which I know last year don't mean anything. but-
Correct.
No.
But when you beat someone last year, they gonna come in there and play you hard.
Right. I like Karen Crow myself.
The Crow.
And it was a shootout at
Yeah.
scrimmage with Alexandria and Acadiana.
Iowa and Iota, a semifinalist last year, a district champion last year, going against a district champion here in Iota. Iowa, they graduated a lot, but they rebuilt it, and they look like they're promised for another good season.
Yeah, they got
We looked at Iota this past week in the Jamboree. Really good football team. Look like they're promised for a run their self. It's going to be two good football teams going at it on Friday night. This is good football here that you just want to pay a ticket to go see up close and personal. So
Right.
talk to me about this one.
They gonna play each other tough, and is at Iota.
That's a tough place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Listen, I've heard stories about that place.
We've experienced that place.
But in Iowa, like you said, they lost a lot. A couple of the kids transferred, come in, but I like Iota at home.
Iowa at home, Chris?
Yeah.
Gary?
I'm gonna go Iowa at home too.
Holden?
I like Iowa.
Iowa?
Yep.
We're gonna have a split panel here. I think
fine.
Iowa sets the
It's gonna
tone
be
of the
good.
season, and they're gonna go try to get back to where they were last year and get to the dome this time. I think it starts with week 1, and I think they get a win here.
It's gonna be a good.
Yeah.
Eunice at Church Point, 2 teams coming off a Jamboree loss. Church Point, brand new head football coach there. It's their home opener. You know they have a bad taste in their mouth after the way they played last week in their home stadium. So now it comes down to Eunice and Church Point, similar offenses, respected programs. Who wins this football game?
Man, them back roads from Eunice to Church Point, they coming. I like Eunice in this one. They sticking to the script after Coach Trosclair left.
Right.
And they running the wing tee with a little twist of spread, and they gonna play hard on defense. Same thing with Church Point. We already know what they gonna do. They running it. So I'm gonna go with Eunice on this one.
Okay. Gary?
I'm giving the edge to the Point. Church Point, home field.
Big bounce back week?
I think it's going to be a closer game than people think, but I think Church Point's going to have the edge. I don't know about a big bounce back week, but I'm going to go ahead and give them.
Holden?
I like Eunice this week.
That's gonna be a good game.
I think so.
I'm going to go split panel here. I think Church Point wins and defends their home turf, like Gary said. You don't just go to Church Point and beat them 2 weeks in a row. So I think that could be a huge factor in this one. I think Coach Poole is going to have his team ready to go.
That's a hard place to play.
Cecilia at St. Martinville. St. Martinville, Chris, I said last week, could be in a dome this year.
They are a good team. They're a good team.
I think they're not going to have any problems this week with Cecilia. I think they're going to win this one.
Convincingly, they're gonna win. What you got, Hope?
Gary, you like St. Martinville?
Oh, my bad.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like the Ville. I like the Ville this week.
OHS is going to hit the road and head on down to Turlings. Could have been a home game for y'all, correct, Chris?
Yeah.
But it's a game that's going to be at Turlings. Everybody knows about that place, and it's a special place to place with the student section, and the community there shows up. It's a huge stadium, fast on turf on both sides. Quarterback's back from Turlings, really talented quarterback there. Y'all guys have a talented quarterback back this year. You got 2 really good running backs going at it on Friday night. Defenses could be the key factor in this one because we know both offenses can score on any given moment. Talk to me about this one, Chris. Who wins this football game?
Tigers win. We don't turn the ball over. We win the game,
So turnovers is your key to victory.
and that's what killed us last year.
Okay.
You're gonna have athletes across the board. They're gonna play hard. Both teams. Quarterbacks they both can throw.
Zach can go. Preston can go.
Yeah, we got receivers that can get it. He got receivers. We got a back. They got a back. It comes down to turnovers. It comes down to who make the least amount of mistakes.
Penalties could be huge.
Yeah.
Penalties. So it's gonna be a good one.
Gary?
I'm going OHS in a close one. The difference is going to be the defenses. Which one's going to be able to stop the other? Penalties. I think OHS's athletes are going to kind of come up to the top.
Holden?
I hate picking this game because it's on the road. That's the only reason why I'm picking Turlings.
So the home field.
Yeah, and I don't want like Opelousas don't think like, if they see this video, I picked them to be in the state championship game last year, and I'm high on them again this year. It's the only
This is their only loss last year.
it's the only one, and that's the only reason why I am picking Turlings, because they're at home, and that's the only reason. But I hope they win.
There you go. He said he's picking them, but he hopes the other team wins.
Yeah. Well, we had a few of those last year.
We had that every week last
We had
year.
at least one.
I was the first one tonight.
Yeah.
You look at this matchup, and It was the only loss last year
Right.
for OHS. I talked to the guys on the stadium tour. This is the one they wanted.
Right.
This is the one they circled. This is the one they've been training for week one all summer long. It has been Turling circled.
Right.
Preston's coming back. The kid is a heck of a quarterback. He's got a heck of a receiving core. Zach's back. He's got a heck of a receiving core. You got two talented running backs. I saw the guy last week for Turlings. He can go. You got a guy here at OHS that can go. Two good offensive lines. Now it comes down to defense. I think when it comes down to the end of the fourth quarter, I think in that home field advantage, I think they might come up with a big time turnover with that crowd in their back right there. So give me Turlings.
Okay.
Quick question, Chris. Doesn't Opelousas have a defensive player that LSU was looking at? Who was it? You know, was it Corey?
Corey.
Corey.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
I
never,
just
they
wasn't
was
sure.
looking at it. They never offered him.
I said,
Not
look,
yet, anyway.
if OHS wins this game,
Hey, it's a split panel, so it's
Yeah.
not
and as I said,
because
But
if
this
this
game's
was
gonna
a
be close.
if this was a week 4, week 5 game, we would have a great understanding.
yeah,
Right.
and
Right.
if OHS was at home, I would pick y'all. If y'all beat Turlins, I guess
This is the one they want.
This is
And
it.
it's not, I think, even how you saying it, I think that's across Acadiana. If we beat them, okay,
Y'all the
they
team
for real.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's been the nemesis in, for the past 3 years.
Right.
But I hear a lot of guys, man, y'all just gotta beat Turlers.
Yeah.
Y'all,
It's close.
And I feel like
Yeah.
that loss to Lakeshore is still biting them too. Like they're still mad about it.
yeah,
So, and I feel that's what I said.
They attack this offseason differently.
you're right.
Yep, I
Right.
picked Turlins, but like I said, I am literally pulling for y'all
Right.
to win. I hope y'all win.
Man, and all I've heard these last few weeks is that Turlings has a better football team this year than they did last year. So I can't wait for a Friday night to see
Right.
OHS play Turlings to see
And
who
let's-
wins after 4
And
quarters.
if OHS does lose, and it's like a one possession game, one scoring game, that tells me how good OHS
Right.
this
Right.
year.
Then they have, like I said, they have a lot of.
Y'all
Both-
got the talent.
Both coaches gonna come to play.
Y'all got the
They
talent.
both gonna come to play.
Who executes the game plan?
Correct.
Because
Yeah.
the defense is gonna be the defense.
Yep.
They're gonna do their job.
At least y'all have the experience
Right.
from last year playing on the road against them.
Yeah.
Right.
This is an OHS alum here, ladies and gentlemen. If
Yeah.
this is your first time on the
Yeah.
first time on the show,
This your hat holder after the next week.
Hey, I will gladly wear. I got a shirt. I got an OHS
Yeah,
shirt.
I got a shirt in there.
Matter of
too.
fact, the homecoming game last year, they handed them out. I got one.
Right.
Galleon.
ladies and gentlemen, next matchup: Archbishop Rummel at Ouachita Parish.
Ooh, it's a
Say it
drive.
right.
It's a drive.
That's a drive in itself, and I heard Rummel is back. If they say they're back, I'm gonna pick them this week. Give me Rummel.
I was picking
I,
the goal.
I got Rummel regardless.
I mean,
wasn't-
Are we always gonna say they're back? Because they're always good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
Yeah.
yes, I'm going Rummel. They're loaded, bro.
How about St. Charles going for a three-peat this year? They're going to have to go down to a very improved Archbishop Shaw. A lot of people said that quarterfinal team last year is going to make their way to New Orleans this year for the Superdome. I have to see them play first.
Who?
Right.
Shaw?
Shaw.
They said they're coming off a quarterfinal loss to LCA last year. So they have high expectations this year. But St. Charles coming into this year, I'm not sure how many they lost, but it seems like they just keep rebuilding.
They got that
They're
right.
they're going for a three-peat this year, ladies and gentlemen. So can St. Charles start
Where are
the
they
season
out of?
1-0?
New Orleans.
Laplace.
Laplace.
Yeah.
They got a running back that's real good.
They got so many schools.
St.
out
Charles?
there.
Yeah, I've got to say, the old saying, you ain't a champ until you beat the champ. Well,
Yeah.
St. Charles is a champ.
They're
and,
proven.
and they're proven, so I'm going to give them the edge.
Holden?
Yeah, I like St. Charles, man. They just every year, bro.
Yeah, like you said, to be the champ, you got to beat the champ, right?
Correct.
They very well could beat the champ this week, but
Right.
until then, I'm gonna have to roll with the Comets. Sterlington, West Monroe. West Monroe, brand new head football coach over there, looking to get his career started at West Monroe with a win this coming week. Talk to me about this matchup.
Sterling got Atlas.
Absolutely.
They gonna fly.
Last year we hyped this game up. It wasn't up for where we put it.
Right.
West Monroe dominated this one.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this one.
Yeah, I think they're gonna dominate this one.
Didn't they lose their Jamboree game too? Which I know it doesn't mean nothing, but didn't they lose?
They played Ruston.
They lost.
Yeah,
Correct?
but that should tell you Ruston is
Rustin is
back.
Yeah.
They ain't never left.
They never left.
Yeah.
Sterlington lost to Neville.
They both played
Yeah.
two good
Yeah.
jamborees.
I'm gonna give the edge to West Monroe. I mean, you know how I am about West Monroe. I always loved them, and they're playing at home.
I agree, my friend.
I'm gonna give the edge to West Monroe. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna try Sterlington with the upset this week.
It'd be a hell of a upset.
Right, that would be.
Not as big as OC and Oak Grove.
OC
Yeah,
no good
that would be a bigger one. Yeah.
We might have to shut down the recap show Friday night because they would come for Gary.
It's all good.
Warren Easton banned from the playoffs this year. You know they're pissed.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to make them take a long road trip for, what can you say? Is it a meaningless game for them? Or do they actually come into this one and say, we're still going to play for the seniors?
so how does that go? Even if they beat teams, their power rankings is gonna be
But they're not eligible for the playoffs
Right.
at all.
at all.
So they're just playing to play.
So they
And
So they're
their
playing
season,
for the seniors, then.
their season is to go
and beat whoever. in
and
front
beat
of them.
whoever's in front of them, and
So-
their goal is to go undefeated.
They wanna
wanna
go-
go undefeated
they
and
wanna-
say we are the champions, no matter what.
And they came out.
Put an asterisk by it. We were 10-0. Put an asterisk by
Right.
whoever wins the
Correct.
title.
Correct. That's,
They
that's
won.
exactly what they're gonna do.
They win it. They won the district last year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know what's bad about that?
They're playing Rustin.
Yup.
in Ruston.
You
In
got to
Ruston.
go to Ruston, and I heard Ruston is might be a little better than they were last year.
Yeah.
So they them.
They got a
Warren
hell of a
Easton
defensive
and,
lineman that's committed to
Roman might as
LSU.
well just follow each other up to North Louisiana.
I love
I mean-
Warren Easton. Always have. You know.
Last year we
Rumble.
expected big points, but we didn't get big points
Right.
last year. It was two good
They-
defenses going at it.
And I
Right.
don't think they lost. Either team lost much.
Right.
I think it could be two good defenses going at it again. Low score game once again.
Right. I think so.
I know. I know
Ruston. I'm gonna go with Ruston.
the one thing I know is Ruston has the LSU commit.
I like
Marlboro.
Ruston.
Then Warren Easton got that cornerback that's committed to LSU, Wallace Foster.
Right.
Ruston has a very, very talented receiver who just got an offer, I think, from LSU, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. So it's gonna be
And then I saw them 7-on-7 too this year.
it's gonna be a
Warren's
close
pretty
game.
good.
But I got Ruston at home.
Right.
Final game, ladies and gentlemen. It goes to LCA versus Acadiana over there in Scott, Louisiana. LCA, big win last year over Acadiana. You know Jawan Johnson's going to do Jawan Johnson things. You know the Veer machine's going to be hitting on Friday night inside their own stadium. Not the standard of Acadiana losing out in the second round last year.
Correct.
Correct?
That's right.
LCA, you thinking that you should be sizing up for rings right now. Coming off of that
Yeah.
state championship loss,
Right.
you were up by 10 going into less than a minute left. So, two programs
Yeah, it was
with something to
crazy.
prove this year.
Game.
This is a great game for the communities. They're gonna pack that stadium, and I can't wait to recap it on Friday night. Talk to
Right.
me about who wins this game, Chris.
You got to get there early. Real
early.
Acadiana that Veer, they run it. They're gonna continue to run it. You know what's coming. I saw on film they got a little twist, a little spread here and there. You know,
Okay.
LCA we know they're gonna have athletes. They're gonna fly the ball. They're gonna
Always
reach here. I think it's gonna come down to ball control.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go with Acadiana.
Gary?
I'm with you. I think that the Veer machine is going to control the game. Acadiana's defense, can they slow down LCA's athletes? That's the
You
key.
slow it down by keeping the ball out of
Right,
your
but
hands.
that's the thing. If they don't have it in their hands, then they can't do it. But I'm gonna give Acadiana's at home, so I gotta give it to them.
Holden,
That's the only reason why I'm going with them.
Fear the Veer.
Fear the Veer is back, Gary. I said Jawan Johnson on Friday night
You keep the ball out of his hands.
does something what he did in the playoffs last year.
It's possible.
If he does what he did in the playoffs last year, watch out.
If he does,
He's gonna have to throw. You're not gonna be. He's
going
gonna have to throw. You're not gonna run on
Right.
Acadiana now with Dominic McKinley, 5-star defensive.
Right.
Right. So he gonna have to
If
run.
if Jawan Johnson from the playoffs shows up, I like LCA.
Yeah.
But if they have a couple turnovers, Acadiana's gonna wear that time out and win this
Oh,
game.
most definitely.
Think about
most
it. I think it's gonna be. And LCA got
I'm
a
picking
defensive
LCA,
tackle.
Chris.
LCA's defensive tackle could have made it to Texas. I mean, you got,
I mean, but that's one defensive tackle against.
it makes
Yeah.
a big difference though.
Oh, most definitely.
He's gonna draw
the.
the- But
Right.
it draws a double team.
Right.
So you stack the box.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to run against.
It's
that.
gonna be a good one.
It's always a good one when those
Yeah.
two teams clash.
Right.
It's
You
always
got
good
you
possession.
got some teams that like I said, and we can't really tell of how everybody is this week.
Gut, going off gut.
We're going off gut feelings
Right.
and everything like that.
Especially week one.
But by week 3, we'll have an idea of where everybody's going.
Right.
So it is.
Chris closes out tonight. Final words as we head into week 1.
It's football season, high school football. I love it. This is what we all been waiting for the whole year. We hope everyone come out healthy this week. No injuries. Little nicks here, you're gonna get that. Especially the teams that's playing with a heavy heart.
Right.
We have 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah.
It's a big week. It's a big week for athletic trainers.
Right.
Finally, you get a four-quarter game.
Mhm.
They're gonna might have to work harder than they've ever worked in this Louisiana heat.
Especially with this heat. This
Right.
heat.
97 expected for kickoff.
Well,
Friday night.
and I think a lot of these kids and these coaches put their programs through a tough summer in the heat. They got them ready to play. And look at this week. We've been blessed with these past few days with good weather.
Actually decent weather.
You know what I'm saying? So let's
It's
just.
gonna ramp back up Friday night.
I hope not, man.
97 at kickoff.
Oh man.
That's what they said.
Then the Ville play game starts at 6, so it's gonna be a little hotter.
Yeah.
So but I hope we're gonna catch some good football.
Yeah.
I wish we could attend a lot of these games, man.
Yeah.
We had a little camera here or there.
Yeah.
But one game, like I say, I think it's gonna be a real good game. Is the North Side and Northwest game.
Gary,
Right.
final words as we head into week 1.
Well, the words I want to say is, we're back, and I'm glad we're back. We got a lot of heavy hearts around the state. Our hometown got hit pretty hard. Yesterday. We trying to remember a great guy that was part of our program for a long time. So we're going to be having something special. But that's affecting everything that's going on. You think of positive things and you think of the memories of these guys, but you go out there and you do your best for these guys and for everybody around. You play the game the best way you can, and let this be the beginning of a great season for everyone.
Holden, final words.
I'm just ready to see what some of the new coaches do at the new programs. Poyberry, what they had, Bunky, right?
Yeah,
Bunkies,
quite a few.
California
Okay,
Peace, a
Peace.
few of them. Moscow I went to. I'm just ready to watch some football.
Manny.
Manny.
I want to see what Manny really has to have.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Where he went to Natchitoches Central?
There's a lot of teams out there with brand new coaches. You look at Catholic BR got a brand new coach. Central Baton Rouge got a brand new coach.
Right.
So some heavy hitters in Baton Rouge even got brand new coaches this year.
And there's talent out there for them.
West Monroe got a brand new coach.
Right.
A lot of heavy hitters out there in the state of Louisiana.
I want to say tomorrow, J.S. Clark will be playing at the stadium.
Correct. Donald Gardner Stadium against Acadiana Christian Homeschool.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, really? I
Yeah.
didn't realize that. That's
And I
good.
would say we can get a helmet from them, but they all got brand new helmets. So I don't think we're gonna get
Yeah, I don't know.
it. But
Yeah.
good. I mean, good luck to those young men out there in that program. It's the
Right.
first year.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, yeah, and then also, you have these first year teams that are coming out. You know, it's great to see the expansion.
Right. Lafayette Renaissance.
Yeah, all that. Yeah, most definitely. It's great to see
Yeah.
the expansion of 11-man football.
Acadian
and these,
Renaissance.
right.
Acadian Renaissance.
And that's just proving that how popular football is, especially high school.
I went talk on the tour to where I went this past weekend.
Everywhere.
Yeah, you were everywhere. I don't remember.
Brand new school. It's the Bears. North Iberville.
Yeah, no, that's
Brand
First year football.
Wow.
So another one. There's a lot of schools
In
around the
Rosedale.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of schools around the state of Louisiana starting out in JV. We'll see them in a couple years from now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But that just, like we said, that proves that the popularity of high school football is just so strong.
Yes.
You know.
Rosedale is over the
By
510.
Maringouin.
Yeah, so that a lot of those kids were at Livonia, so
Yeah, so they're moving.
right.
Yeah, so we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in to week 1 edition of high school football here in the state of Louisiana, broadcasting in Opelousas, Louisiana. We are back, and it's going to take us a couple weeks to get into a good groove of this. Once we get a couple records, once we get some headlines of these teams around the state of Louisiana, watch how fun these shows will get. We're going off of guessing games. We're going off of our gut this week. It's good to see everyone back in the chat this week. We got up to like 80-something watching at one point, so we know that you're excited that high school football is back again,
Yeah.
just like we are.
We missed Troy. Troy ain't coming.
Did not see Troy tonight.
Yeah,
Did not see
That's true.
Braden.
Braden tonight, so look
I
forward.
think I saw him earlier.
I didn't see both of them tonight, so look forward to seeing them guys again next week. St. James got a big one this week. I know they got a huge game, so we'll see where we stand. Tomorrow night, you can catch us live on Facebook, 7 o'clock kickoff. Probably go live around 6:40-ish from Bunkie and Catholic of Point Capee. And then Friday night, we have Port Barry and Livonia. And then the recap show around 11-ish on Friday night, since we're here locally.
Yeah.
We'll recap the games, give you scores, wows, highlights, call-ins, and more. And just join us for a great first week of high school football here in the state of Louisiana. Coaches, hug those players. Tell them you love them. We'll sign off for now from myself, Mr. Gary Swallow, Mr. Chris Esprit, Mr. Holden Lee. Thanks, everyone, for following the dream, supporting the dream, and always being a great friend to the platform and always letting us be a part of your future. So thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow night live from Bunkie, Louisiana. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.